fought Sufestra, the Medusa, and only one of you guys got turned to stone, but fortunately she had some stone salve. She was using it because some of the stuff that she turned to stone earlier, she actually like used it on those to bring them back and have them tell them like, okay, you guys need to fight them or I'm gonna turn you back to stone. So um
Yeah.
so she had a couple minions. But they weren't really a problem for you guys. You guys kind of like forced them to come to you guys and yeah, you guys managed to I think like um Pilbo only got turned to stone like right at the end of the combat, so it ended up not really being too bad.
Yeah.
Um,
And then there was a unstone potion or something.
yeah, stone salve. It's not a potion, but a salve. Although you could maybe it's like the salves in Dragon Age Origins where the animation for them, they still were drinking it. It's like that's a salve, dude. Like don't stop drinking it. They made like a joke about that in later Dragon Age games about drinking salves. But yeah, so you guys also rescued Karaya because she had been um, turned to stone by the Medusa as well. And her father, Casimir, one of the only surviving clerics, Windsog Abbey, begged you guys to do that. Um, so I believe where we left off was you guys were probably gonna reunite Karaya with Casimir. I know a lot of you guys are like really badly hurt and low on spells, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
like Brelis got
Just a little bit.
negative levels too
Yeah,
from
but
brushhook death.
it's not too bad. One of them's like gonna go away in a couple of hours, and the other one I get a save against.
Hmm. Unless somebody casts restoration for you.
Yeah, if they want to. You might be able to talk what's his face into doing it. But yeah, let's
Casimir.
get Karaya back to Casimir.
Okay. So yeah, the you guys bring Karaya back to the central like lighthouse tower basically, and Casimir lets you guys in, and of course he's overjoyed to see his daughter back. Um, like they hug and everything. It's very dramatic. Um, and she asks him like what happened here because she doesn't actually know. She didn't get a chance to talk to him before. So I'm going to tell you what he tells her a little bit because some of this will be just as review for you guys as well a little bit. So he explains that Windsog Abbey was attacked, and he thinks it was. He says, "I think it was the previous uh, abbey, the legendary, infamous Art Thanatos." Um, and yeah, he explains that like he came in with all these giants and red caps, and also he had some strange cultists with him. It looked like they had some sort of religious iconography I didn't recognize, but it looked like some sort of perhaps some sort of demon lord or something that I think that Arthanatos may have started worshiping in the hundreds of years since he killed the priest of Pharasma, the old head abbot of Windsong Abbey, from before either of us were here, before either of us were born, in fact. And and I think that's news to you guys. He didn't really tell you guys about the cult guys that were with him there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he also tells her that I think he had help from someone inside the abbey too. He killed the current head priest. The was a priest of Gosray, but I think he had help from the priest of Nethys, Zolarim, and
Why would
Kariah
Nethys
seems.
go after Gosbane?
I don't know that. And Kariah seems pretty mad. She's like, I'll kill Zolarim myself. I never liked him. He's always been a creep.
Priests out here killing each other? Is that normal?
Yeah, and Casimir says no, it's definitely not. This is supposed to be a neutral ground. He is by his betrayal violates our most sacred vows of Windsog Abbey. This is a place where discussion across doctrines is supposed to take place.
Mm-hmm.
And I will admit that Zolarim, even before this betrayal, was always a little unnerving to be around. But as I said, it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to immediately judge people like that in Windsong Abbey. If we did, we wouldn't have had. I mean, the priest of Zonkuthan that was here. It's not a. We wouldn't probably have turned him away, but he actually is a very kind person, if you would believe it. I hope that he's still alive. But he was somewhere below the abbey before he was attacked, along with a couple of the other priests and several of the acolytes. I don't know if any of them are still alive though. He asked you too. Did you guys get the key to open the the Doomsday door?
I nod and I point to Pilbo, right? It's in Pilbo's possession.
I believe he's the one that is holding it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He says that's good. Did you? I hope you were able to find the combination as well, though.
That sounds familiar.
Combination?
He nods. He says, "Yes, the Windsog or the Windsog's Doomsday Door has like a you have to rotate it. Like the key has to be rotated one direction and then rotated back the other direction a couple different ways, and there's a certain pattern you have to do it in. I don't actually know that pattern. Normally, during times of peace, they oftentimes will keep the abbot would normally keep the door unlocked. At least the one on the top. We've never been past the other ones. But there's further doors deeper into the complex.
We haven't found the door, so we haven't fiddled with anything like a combination.
The combination
Well, the
sounds familiar,
door
though. Are sure we didn't find something that was
the door is
combo?
just right above the it's this door like right above the lighthouse. I'm kind of pointing to it, but I know the map's gigantic. I can ping you to it though. Shift ping, here we go. So it's right up there.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys haven't actually looked at it yet. But yeah, he does warn you. He says it's trapped, and it's a very. I've been told that it's a very, very dangerous trap. One that will involve some sort of extra dimensional prison.
Oh, that's good info, though. Can you dimensional lock yourself and then trigger a trap that might, and then like
Maybe
not go anywhere?
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
possible.
Huh.
Um,
We'll figure it out.
if anybody'd like to roll an intelligence or wisdom check,
Sure.
Yeah, I can do
Ooh,
wisdom.
I know it's been
shoot.
several sessions, so okay. Pilbo, you think about it, and maybe Rosalina kind of saying, "Are you sure? I feel like we did find something like that." You realize that you think that that poem you found that was written in the
I have.
inside the book that you guys found in the like in that library, basically. You think that might have been written as kind of a way, yes, that one. You think that might be kind of a way to mask a combination lock, describing
Woo!
because he was describing turning it one direction and then the other way and like going back and forth in a certain pattern, and you think that might be what he's talking about.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that until you. Unless I like switched to that tab on my Hero Lab, then I would have been like, oh.
Hmm. Yeah, and I know it was like a month ago when you guys found that in real time, so like it'd probably be a
Yeah.
little more fresh on your characters' heads.
It was just yesterday. What are you talking about?
It was the same day, in fact.
Oh. Not even any day. Okay.
But yeah, Casimir though, he says we should come upstairs though, like you should rest up. You guys look very worn out. And he also channels positive energy for you guys a little bit. 'Cause
Ooh.
he used some of them last time you guys were here, but he's still got like 4 charges of it, so I'm just gonna have him use all of those.
Yeah.
Heals you all for 52. So I don't know if that puts everybody at full. Probably not. But some of you guys
Yeah.
close.
Me at
I
least.
think Silric's not at full.
That's pretty
Yeah, he's the
good.
only one that's not
Our
at full, but
characters
he will be
at-
after we rest.
Let's see.
Are we in
Does
the
he have
top
any
right?
Yeah,
I'm not at
I'm
full.
not
I'm
worried
at
about.
90 health out of 91.
I was just trying to find my person
Damn.
to click on them so I could
Oh
put
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Your
health.
person's over. Here we go. Right over here. You're at full health though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been worried about the tokens because no combat's happening at the moment.
Yeah, we're actually over in the tower though with
Okay,
Casimir.
he's gonna convert his sending into the level 4 cure critical. Is that what level 4 is? I think that's cure critical.
Yeah.
The 48 one.
Mm-hmm.
Very helpful. Yet I have no spells.
Yes, he assumes you guys are gonna want to like sleep.
I'll
up
also
here.
show him the life-stealing great axe that the dude had, and I tell Casimir that for a moment, this severed my mortal coil, and I've been feeling weak since then. Do you have a remedy to restore my vitality?
He says that he knows a spell that could help you, but he doesn't have the diamond dust needed to cast it. However, he does tell you as well that cache that he told you about. It's in the second. It's like 2 levels down in the behind in the beyond the Doomsday Door. There's a cache that he told you about that's hidden in the near a shrine of Desna, and he tells you that there's a scroll there that would also of restoration as well that you could use if you get down there in time.
Does the party have 100 gold worth of diamond dust to use on me? Uh, or shall I just make the roll the next day?
I don't have diamond dust on me, but I have 100
Yeah,
gold.
I don't think I have it.
Yeah, because I don't.
Well, hopefully, if you guys can get to the shrine, that might be maybe I'll get there in time to deal with it. And he gave you guys a map of like the part that he knows, basically everything before the second
Mhm.
set of. There's two different sets of doomsday doors.
Huh.
I think I might be able to. Let me see here. Yeah, I can't really do a share for the second one, but for the first level, I can actually just like probably do a handout if I wanted, so you guys could like look at it that way.
Well, I still think for the information then, that'll be helpful. I just tell the others that I'm gonna get to resting early here.
But yeah, he tells you that he doesn't think he said he only saw one giant go down below the into the abbey below with Ardent Thanatos. The rest were just his weird cultists that he had with him, the ones that had the strange shifting skin. Like it seemed like they kind of seemed like they were almost like chameleons or something.
Does he mean like a giant like we fought in this room?
Yeah, he means like a giant like the hill giants you saw, but he said it was bigger, a much bigger giant than any of the other ones he'd seen. He said it was a very he describes her as being a very imposing figure
Oh, I
that
got
was
a wand
standing.
I got a wand if you needed umbrellas. Or want
Yeah,
it.
if you don't care about it, then I'll take it.
Yeah, he says there was a very tall, imposing red-headed giant, like probably about 20 feet tall, that was like with him, along with the cultists, and then Zolarum as well.
A giant, you say?
Yeah, 20-foot tall giant.
Oh, like giant,
That's
giant.
pretty tall. That's a
And then
bigger giant.
he had
It's like the size of a house.
those, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, and I mean, this giant probably, I mean, the you'll see when you're like a lot of the rest of this abbey, it's old. Um, like I think it existed during the time when giants were much more common in this area, and I believe that a lot of the structures here, especially underground, were built for giants. But this giant is big enough that it probably is. It's probably not even comfortable even in the vast halls of Windsong Abbey. So, other than that, though, he says as well that there's probably more of those strange denizens of the abyss that he seems to have some sort of affinity with. I don't think they're quite demons. I think there's something much older than demons. And I think some of you guys already made the checks earlier. Some of the ones you guys fought. The first thing you guys fought over there in the collapsed cathedral were Quiploth. So you think probably he's talking about
Yeah.
those. Those of you that
They're like
have
daemons or
knowledge
something.
planes. Yeah, they're like demons, but they except they hate
They're more
demons because
primal.
they lived in the abyss before the demons showed up, basically.
Yeah. They're boomers.
Yeah. Okay, there's a map of the first level of Windsong Abbey.
Hmm.
So the part in the top's where you guys come in from. He tells if you guys head to the second level there, that if you go to there's a doomsday door that is like that bottom middle, the center door there, in the center of the map, center bottom. But the stairs there lead down to another level, which was kind of a place where some of the acolytes slept. It was also there's a shrine of or a shrine of Sarenrae and a shrine of Desna down there.
Ooh.
All right.
But who
Yes, we
knows
will
what
use
sort
this
of
map.
yeah, he says who knows what sort of yeah, there's a fountain under there there's a cistern there that kind of leads down to it. Who knows what sort of traps and ambushes Ardent Thanatos might have set down there. He's been entrenched down there for several weeks now.
I will tell you all about him, assuming we come back.
Hmm.
And Karaya asks you, like, do you want me to go with you? And she looks like she kind of wants to go with.
Oh.
I mean, that depends. Do you want to see this ugly bastard dead?
Yes, very much so. I grew up here, and they killed the people that he killed here. They were my family.
All right. Well, uh, yep. Get in the wagon then, metaphorically speaking.
Okay. So yeah, otherwise you guys kind of camp out here overnight. You notice as the sun starts
Yeah.
to set, the wind song, like actually, like the wind starts blowing through. How Casimir explains this is like a series of pipes basically that catch the wind, and you kind
Mhm.
of can hear, it's playing like this music basically. It's very loud actually too, but
Mm.
kind of in a way
Ugh.
it's kind of like refreshing in some ways too, almost to some of you maybe. Maybe not though. Maybe most of you guys are like, "Oh, this is awful."
I like
Yeah.
wind chimes. I like weird noises.
I'm
Yeah, it
still
definitely has like
suffering from energy drain, and I need to get my sleep.
it goes away though as after the sun sets. As the sun, uh, like it starts to dim, and by the time the sun sets, it's quiet again. But yeah, there actually is a mechanical effect too. If you're like, I mean, if you're while the wind song's playing, perception checks are like harder if they're sound based in particular because it's loud. Um, but I think there's like a bonus to some sort of to like divine spell casting or something while it's playing as well. But yeah, you guys kind of know a little bit about what to expect when you guys go into the next level, so keep that in mind for prepared spellcasters. Um, but yeah, otherwise I think you guys are gonna get through the night. You guys do any sort of like watches or anything like that? You guys kind of trust the wards. Um,
Yeah, well, I'll do a watch with my familiar. I don't really pay too much attention to whether or not others are, but I will set myself up for a while.
oh yeah, okay, here it is. So yeah, during the wind song, all divine spells function at +1 caster level.
Mm.
So if you want Pilbow to have like +1 caster level on all his spells, you guys could wait until. But also the wind song doesn't actually always play every sunset. It played this
Oh,
sunset, but yeah,
it's
it
when
actually
it's wind,
doesn't.
right?
Yeah, there has to be like enough
Plus
wind.
my caster level doesn't necessarily help me a lot.
It
I guess
doesn't
it
do a
kind of
whole
does,
lot,
but not
no.
really.
Yeah, it does a lot for. There aren't a whole lot of spells that it. Well, I think it does hit a breakpoint for mirror image for you though, because it gives you one more image.
Yeah, it gives me one more image.
Potentially.
It will do more searing. No, I'll be at maximum searing light damage.
Yeah. So it's not a huge. Well, it also that +1 cast level does help you overcome spell resistance as well. So
Okay.
that's
Does
worth
that
noting as
also
well.
affect um
Touch of
looking
Madness.
for
I would rule
no
that it.
DC checks, whatever pass will save, or they have to pass will
Oh
saves
no,
or
no, it doesn't
whatever.
affect your saves. No, because those don't scale off of caster level. Those only scale off of spell level and ability scores. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's kind of a minor buff. But yeah, probably not worth like planning your adventuring day around, especially because it's not even a guaranteed thing that the Windsong plays.
I secret, or if Rosalina wants it.
Once what? The what?
This
I don't know, something.
wind song buff.
Oh,
I don't think it affects Rosalina.
no.
It just
Oh.
it's not something you have to choose to activate. It happens like while the Windsong's playing divine spellcasting gets a +1 caster level.
Oh, divine spellcasting.
Yeah, worth
Yeah, I
noting
don't
though
care
that
about
actually
it.
that could potentially work against you too, because if you guys fight Ardent Thanatos, who is himself a cleric, he gets that buff as well if the Windsong's playing.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, yeah. Next day comes though with nothing really happens. Those of you that maybe like keep and watch, you actually might see that during like you can kind of see down into the the ruined village, and you can see that there's still giants out there, and that they're active. They're most active at night, like they're up and about during that time.
Yeah.
They're nocturnal, so you can like see they're all still down there, and they're like kind of you know rummaging around still in there. It looks like they're kind of like burning some of the buildings, like like throwing like having like a almost having like a party down there.
You little shits. They're keeping me up.
Well, it's far enough
Alright.
away that you don't actually hear them. They don't keep you awake.
Nah, the fact that they're purdy is just keeping her up. She's like, I'm
Yeah.
a purdy.
Yeah, okay. You're sitting there stewing in it like
Uh,
so
Yeah, I'm
annoyed.
like, fuck these giants in particular. If I could do something about them, I would do something about them.
we will be, right? At least the redhead.
Well, I mean, I assume that they were gonna go for the Doomsday Door, and that's where they are.
Yeah. Karaya and Casper both say I feel like if we can get rid of uh their leader, like they'll probably leave on their own. And if not, then we'll have to deal with them later. But
Yeah.
so yeah,
Alright. I wake up with, you know, as much energy as I can have while
yeah.
being
One of the
one negative
negative
level
levels
down.
goes away. You just have the one
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
right now. The moment it's still
I've rested
temporary.
one off. Let's get going. Maybe we can find that scroll that Casimir was talking about.
hmm So yeah, over here is where the Doomsday door, with a Doomsday lock on it is, and this is what that looks like. Um, so yeah, assuming you guys use the key there and follow the combination that you guys found in the Medusa's little uh, poetry book.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. There was some kind of thing written in it, right? I bet that's something to the combination.
Yep. So it's what Secret put in the. Do you guys know how to interpret this? I guess is the question. 2 to the left for
Okay, well,
Anistag, 3 to the right for Banshee Nag, 1 to the west for Greeny Crone, 2 to the east for Spinster Lone, 2 to dusk for Wife in Tears, 3 to dawn for Witch's Leers.
I mean, it's just 3 right, then it alternates, right? Like
Yep.
go
Well-
right, then left, then right, then left.
Yeah, and then the symbols are like
Yep.
instead of numbers.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, we can do this.
Okay. You do, and for like a maybe brief like half second, nothing happens, but after that, there's a loud kind of crack, and the door is kind of like a bunch of like it's kind of one of those things where like it's a really heavy door, and like there's a bunch of gears turning, and it kind of starts pulling open, revealing the stairways down.
But just in case, that's what I would have rolled if I had to disable devices.
Yeah, so doing this with disabled device is potentially doable, but you have to make multiple checks, and then if you fail, it has an extra dimensional trap that
Well, the good news is that because I have unchained or the skill unlocked for disable device, I can't accidentally set off these magical traps.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You can still, that's just if you can't set it off while doing disable device to try to disable it though, right? Like I think they can still trigger.
It says if you possess the trap finding ability, which I do, when attempting to disable magic traps, you never trigger them, even if you perform the trigger action. If you fail the
Yeah.
check, you can still trigger the trap, and you can't use its ability to bypass it. So I have to actually fail the check.
Mm-hmm.
So I can, I just can't do it accidentally.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got the we got the number.
Yeah, it's six consecutive 30 DC 35 disable checks. So potentially doable actually, because your numbers are pretty good, but yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't really have a description for this opening here. Just has a whole bunch of stuff about the Doomsday Lock. The trap's pretty gnarly too, but I'll tell you about that later. So yeah, leads down to the next level. I'm gonna pull you guys to that map. I don't have,
Okay.
I don't have any tokens
Oh,
up
by
here
the
yet.
way, as far as the loot from from 2 weeks ago went, I took it's a +1 frost punching dagger, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's mine. And I don't know if anybody took the chainmail, and we still have that life-stealing great axe too that we'll probably try to sell at some point.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, I
put
don't-
that in my bag.
Yeah. Just put it in your bag, Pilbo.
Yeah, the life stealing axe. I have it listed as being in your bag actually.
Mhm.
So
No,
you
wait,
might
I
just
thought
not-
no, I thought Rosalina gave that to a skeleton.
It's dead. That skeleton's are dead.
Oh, okay.
No, so the skeletons. Yeah, did the skeletons all die, or do you still have any of them left?
I just have my small one, but
You have the small one still.
Yeah, but it can't use that. It was only those bigger ones could.
All right, I'm moving people's tokens onto the map. I need a skeleton on.
I can't add life stealing.
Correct. That's what I was saying.
Is
It's
that
kind of a unique item. It's because it works like the life stealing sword. I want to say like it's like a great sword normally, but they just put it onto an axe.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not an
exactly
actual
the
item
same
that
is it
except
exists.
a
the weapon
+1
damage
or a
and
2
critical
2
multiplier.
bonus?
I don't remember. Let me.
It's whatever bonus the
Which I
life
guess
stealing sword has.
you'll know the cell benefit. Or the cell cost anyway. So
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it works. It works like a +2.
all right, I'll just
Yeah, I
put
mean
life
it's like
surge
a
on it,
unique effect. Is pretty cool.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
don't think
I'm
we
just
should sell
valuing
it.
it the same as Sword of Life Stealing, so it's valued at 25,700.
Say plus. What did it have a plus on it?
The +2.
+1.
If I
Wait,
was able to
No,
use
what's
that great axe,
its
I would.
plus? Is its enhancement +2? You're saying the life stealing's worth +2?
Oh no, it's
No, it
life.
has
It's,
I'm at the enhancement. I'm at
yeah,
the
the enhancement bonus is a +2, and then it doesn't
Okay.
actually have a value
Okay, this
listed for
okay.
the. I guess you could maybe
All right,
map
I'll
it
just
out. Maybe it's equivalent to like a +1 or something.
custom
I don't
item
know.
name. There we go.
Yeah, it's a custom item worth
So it's +2 life
25,715.
stealing. Okay.
I'm just giving it the exact same value as a
There we go.
long
That
sword of
works.
the sword of life stealing because it works the same.
In the bag you go.
Does negative level whenever it does a crit, and you gain 1d6 temporary hit points every time you do a negative level to someone. That lasts for 24 hours.
Wish
Yeah,
I
it's-
was proficient.
Pretty good.
It's a
What does
it's a
it take
devastating
cleric to
weapon
be proficient in
if
great axes?
it procs.
Yeah, I feel like it's not as
Maybe
good
it
on a
should've-
great axe as it is on a longsword, just because you don't get the you only crit on a 20. But I don't know. I guess if you coup de grace something, like,
It
you
just
can do
makes sure they're
everything.
dead.
Yeah, if you do crit, they're definitely dead.
You might live
True.
from the hit on
Yeah,
a
I guess
sword.
that's true
If this
that-
thing crits, then they're
Then you're
dead.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as useful.
All
Actually.
right, I'm gonna pull you guys to the map. I mean,
by
it's
the
a
way,
+2
Pluto,
weapon too, which is pretty good too.
Just so you know, I took clustered shots and I get a bonus feat. I took
Didn't Jay Selena take the
improved critical.
chainmail?
I'm wearing the chainmail, the +3.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Jace took that.
And I gave you my old armor. I don't remember
Yeah,
what
I
it
got
was,
that on
but
my
you put it
sheet.
on your sheet.
+1 life fortification breastplate.
Yeah, Pluto, I took improved critical and clustered shots. So it'll be fun.
Okay, so you don't have to.
Crit on a 19.
Oh, this is that tiny room.
So yeah,
I could
you
have
see
taken
this.
improved critical on axe. Meh.
There's a door up ahead and it's closed. This looks like just normal doors, not like a doomsday door.
Okay. Where's my
Do we think there's
token?
fighting gonna happen on the other side of this door?
I'm assuming there's me fighting on the other side of every door.
At some point, but
I'm gonna cast
I
True.
mean,
heroism on myself. Just a little pre-buff action.
Oh yeah, before you guys leave, Casimir casts freedom of movement on his daughter.
Oh.
Alright.
do we think she's like physically apt, or do we have to like protect her?
I don't care. I'm not protecting her. She wanted to come
So-
she has a revenge boner, so I'm not gonna deny that.
So you know that Karaya is, despite the fact that she got turned to stone by the Medusa, she is a renowned Pathfinder. Like, she's famous. She went down to Zernikainen by herself, basically, and wrote a Pathfinder journal, basically, about the Drow, which was the Winter Council tried to shut up, and then the Winter Council ceased to exist because of some annoying adventurers. They would have got away with it too if it weren't for those meddling adventurers. And
I think in your guys' canon, you guys did remake the Winter Council, but they're like working with the Queen now, so they're not like a
I think
secret
so, and they're
organization
not
anymore.
and they're not sworn to just kill people to shut up
Yeah.
people about the Drow. They have a different purpose now. But back when she was first publishing that, they were trying to silence it. They were pressuring the Pathfinders to not distribute it. But yeah, so she's pretty competent. In theory, she's pretty competent in universe. Mechanically, her build's kind of suspect, but I mean, she's around the same level as you guys.
Too much information. We're not supposed to know she
Yeah,
sucks.
I'm gonna check the door.
You Like I said, she has a reputation though. You guys, at least in character, would probably think that she's probably
Uh-oh.
reasonably competent.
Yeah, that's good. That's okay.
Okay, you're gonna check the door. Go ahead and roll perception then.
Oh man, are you ready for this? This gigantic perception.
I don't know. Am I?
That was a 6.
Hmm. You think the door is locked, but does not seem to have any traps on it.
Alright, I'll make short work of this. Does a
Okay.
40 unlock it?
Sure does.
Easy peasy. Alright, I'm gonna carefully open the door.
Okay. Okay. In this room. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, this room. You see what looks kind of like a storeroom or like a cellar. The odor of beer permeates this huge room. Several crates, barrels, kegs, and racks for wine fill the room, many of which have been opened, emptied, upturned, and shattered. The floor is littered with glass shards, and corks are strewn with loose coils of rope.
Okay.
But you don't think you see anything. At least not that's is immediately clear.
I'll
Okay,
go and
I'm gonna.
inspect the,
Did I put you on the map actually, Bryce?
Yeah.
I'm just stealthing
Well-
real good. You
Damn,
can't
I
see
got
me.
everybody. I somehow got everybody else on here, but not you. That's funny. All right, here we go. Here's a token.
I've become visible again.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just check the room real quick.
I should only have one
Yep.
skeleton now.
What about the rest of you guys?
I'll come
I
in
wait?
and look around too.
Oh, it's okay. Once they start going in, I
No
go in.
fear.
Okay, Silric will come in as well. Karaya's also gonna come in. My two. Oh, there's two skeletons here now. How did this happen? Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
what
need to
happened. I
fix
thought
that.
Abrellis
I
was a
need more.
skeleton.
I was disguised as a skeleton.
Makes sense.
All right, everybody roll a perception check for me.
Yep,
Okay.
I did. There's a
I
38.
don't know if you want me to do that.
38's pretty good.
Yeah, I only got a 36.
Okay. I need to roll one for Silric, and I need to roll one for Karaya. Or do I? She might have a really bad perception anyway. I'm not actually sure. She probably has a pretty good one. Rangers are usually pretty good at perception, right? Okay, Silric's is pretty decent. And then Karaya's is actually pretty good. I think she actually gets a bonus here too, because this is technically her favored terrain as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. Dang. Okay. Uh so Brelis and Jace notice that there are people hiding in this room.
Oh my.
You think you see a couple of those people that like their skin's kind of like blending in
Oh.
with the surroundings, and you see them like just as they're starting to get moving. Yeah. Karaya notices that there are there's more than two. Like she sees all of them because she rolled a 49 perception.
I
But
see nothing.
everyone, let me see. Before you guys roll, let me clear the turn tracker so I don't have like 2 copies of you from the previous map. Everybody can roll initiative now. Oh, I'm assuming you guys have like a light. I'm assuming somebody cast light on someone.
I don't,
Someone
but maybe
will,
someone
not
will.
me.
No, not it.
I have the light cantrip, and I put it on Abrellis's hat as usual.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, that's what we got.
Okay. So let's see. I can do Silrix with the initiative button.
I can't
It's on like the
control my
top of your hats. It's not like
skeleton.
blinding you in the face.
If you can just add him to the combat tracker. He's pretty much just her defense skeleton, unless I get a bigger one.
Yep.
Distraction skeleton.
It's just if anything gets close to her, she'll have, I don't know.
It's a flanking skeleton.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I can fly, but she chooses not to. She likes the ground.
Oh, he's on the tracker for you.
Rats aren't, like, meant to be in the air.
She's very down to earth.
Yes, she is. Well, she maybe even further than that. She's down to hell. Down to the infernal hells.
She's so down to earth that she's below ground.
What did I roll? A 5 for it? Oh, no.
Okay, and I gotta roll. Oh, there's also this thing as well.
Is it a banshee?
No. Let's roll a bunch of d20s. Oh god, I didn't want to maximize that window. No, stop, stop. Okay, I'm gonna put this one up here. All right, start plugging in these numbers. Okay, a couple of them rolled 1 initiative, so that's pretty good for you guys. And this thing rolled absurdly high.
I only rolled 1 initiative. Die.
I rolled T, but I can't edit my skeleton.
You can't? Oh, because I didn't give you control of him.
Yeah.
Controlled by...
I knew it. Rosalina doesn't have control of the skeleton summons. Kill the
All right,
skeleton.
there you go. You should be able to put it in now.
Well, I mean, if I die, the skeletons might attack you, so... I mean, they probably will.
I hope that Pilbo gets confused and smashes the
Okay.
skeleton.
So, Jace, you notice a couple of these things like blending in to the surroundings, but you see them and you have a surprise round, so you can take a single standard action. So it looks like they're about to like jump out and attack you guys.
Oh man. I'm going to. Do I know what they are?
Maybe. Do you
Can
have?
do a knowledge.
Let's see, this is gonna be
Please, Arcana.
knowledge local.
Ooh. Maybe. Rolled well.
That's well enough. You know that these are a humanoid called a skulk. Their main thing about skulks is that they have like chameleon skin, so that their skin can shift to change to match the colors of their surroundings, which makes them very good at hiding.
Oh, okay.
They're also like really old.
Otherwise,
Like, right? They're like one of the oldest races or something.
I
No.
think they're pretty they tend to live out in the fringes of society, and they tend to they tend to form in like small like tribal groups. Murder among skulks is not uncommon. Like they tend to be
Oh.
pretty nasty people. They're real pieces of work.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the safe thing and cast haste.
Okay, surprise action. You cast haste on probably everybody but the skeleton, I guess, and Zopka. 'Cause they're not in range, but
Oh,
yeah.
close enough.
Wait,
Everybody else
who's
is
not
within
in
30
range?
feet. The familiar and the
Oh,
skeleton.
from Abralis.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
assuming
fine.
you're gonna do it.
I'll do that.
Okay.
And I'll 5-foot step back because I'm scared.
Okay. Abrellis, you have a surprise action. You can see that there's two of these guys that were trying to hide down here.
Indeed. But unfortunately, I do not have a quick draw, so I can't draw a weapon and get them.
Wait, you haven't been walking around with your weapon out?
No. Who does that?
I do.
She just
What? You
like
think Abrellis is a
picklock the
psychopath?
door or whatever.
When you're exploring a new area that may have dangerous things, yeah, I always have my bow out. But you're also the one that's usually rifling through the stuff we find, not me.
I need my hands.
Okay.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step behind some crates and stuff like that, and I'm gonna take out my let's see. Take out my punch and dagger. I feel punchy.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my surprise round.
This guy is going to come out of his hiding spot. He's gonna charge Rosalina with a short sword.
Okay.
15 versus flat-footed.
Yeah.
That hits. Okay.
I mean, it should. Well, wait. I got to
It is
get
versus
closer to my
flat-footed, but
screen. It meets.
oh damn. Okay.
Hmm.
So you're gonna take some damage here. This is and some sneak attack damage. 17 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is it's also going to charge. It's going to charge at Jace though, who's not flat-footed. $17 hit.
I doubt it.
Especially because you're not flat-footed.
Let me swap real quick. No, not even close. Well, kind of. 22 is my AC.
You see another one of these come running down this corridor here. And you guys think you hear something behind it. It sounds like a grinding noise, like metal on metal.
Oh yeah, metal.
Like a big dude dragging a big metal weapon on the ground.
Maybe.
Like the
Well, it sounds like
picture
metal
shows in
grinding
the
on metal.
initiative tracker. Uh-oh.
Maybe. Let's see here. Karaya. Does she have like quick draw or anything like that? She probably has one of her weapons out. So I think she's going to pull out her weapons, like both her weapons her other weapon as she moves, and she's gonna come up here, pointing out And I'm just gonna reveal them now. She points out the other ones that were trying to hide in here.
What a bro.
And she moves up to engage this this one up here, who now is kind of cornered and is gonna just try to fight back. Misses her though, pretty badly. Skeleton. I don't think Skeleton can do anything in the surprise round. Silric.
Nope.
Silric cannot do anything in the surprise round. Pildo can't. This one is going to... It's going to attempt to attack Karaya over here. Whoops, that actually would have been higher, but that still misses. This other one is going to technically charge out of hiding against Abrellis, but I think Abrellis has uncanny dodge, so it's not really going to work
I
the way he
do.
wants it to. But he rolls a 1 anyway.
Yep.
All right, that's the end of the surprise round. Jace, it is your turn. You have a full round action now at your disposal.
Yeah. Can I 5-foot step up here and be okay, or is that not good because there's like a chair in the way, kind of?
I think it's fine. It's a mess in
Okay.
here, but it's nothing's too bad.
Not difficult enough.
Yeah, there's
Alright,
like
I'll
some
do that.
broken glass
I'm
and
gonna
stuff on the ground, but
I'm gonna attack the one that's going after me first, so I'm free to do other stuff.
okay. This one did try to charge
So
you, so its AC is a little lower too.
yeah, Arcane Pool enhancement as a swift action, and I'm just gonna like acid splash with my spell strike unless I know he's resistant or something like that.
You don't think he is?
Okay. Uh, this one is the right roll, I think. Haste is turned on. Alright, let's try it.
Okay.
I was hoping for a green number there, but no, 19s or 20s. 4, 5, 9. Oh my god, what are these rolls? Hopefully his charge made some of those hit.
Let's see. That hits. First attack hits. Second attack hits. Third
Okay.
attack hits. Next attack hits. And surprisingly, the iterative hits, and you take him down.
Oh my god, they all hit. Okay, and yeah, it's clustered shots if he has DR, but it sounds like he doesn't have DR.
No. And then you technically have the spell damage as well, but
Oh,
he's already down anyway. All right.
extra 4 damage. Yeah.
Abrellis.
All right. So does Karaya have a weapon out? Is she
She has 2
threatening
weapons out.
this thing? Okay,
Yes,
so
she
she's
is.
threatening it. All right. I'm gonna acrobatics over here.
Go ahead and roll that acrobatics. It's probably going to be good. Yep. No attack opportunities, so you are over there now.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to attack this thing with flanking.
Okay.
And I got haste as well. With the new weapon.
That'll hit. And this guy takes all that damage.
Yep, 6 frost, or 6 cold. 7 normal, and then 20 precision.
Okay. He's still up, but yeah, looks like you did a pretty good amount of damage to him.
Okay, and it'll be my turn.
This guy's still got a flat-footed target in front of him, so he's gonna keep going. Does a 12? No, 12 misses. You said your flat-footed was 15, so you had two
Yeah.
misses even though you were flat-footed.
Yay!
Uh, okay. I don't think this can actually get.
Ooh, is the sound of metal on metal getting louder?
It's louder, yeah. You hear it coming down the hallway behind this guy that emerged from it. Almost like he went and got something and is luring it towards you guys or something. This guy's down, so I'm gonna remove him. This guy that came out of the, he's going to move over here and he's gonna cast a spell.
I'm gonna spellcraft.
Button time. I rolled a
Oh, yeah.
2.
I forgot I was rolling, not using character. Because it still won't update whatever I have on Hero Lab. It's like, no, I don't comprehend it.
Okay. You guys identify that he is casting a divine spell called Spiritual Weapon. He
I think
summons up.
Philbo's familiar with that spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Philbo has a wand that casts this spell. So Spiritual Weapon is going to come out and it's going to attack Jace. So let's see, what is this?
Please, no.
Well, the good news is that it's
Can I
not
shoot
super
it?
likely. No, but it does have to attack versus your AC. I think it uses Spiritual Weapon uses your own base attack bonus. Yeah, plus your Wisdom modifier. Okay. So it's not great. Not too bad though. 15 misses, Jace, I'm guessing though. But the weapon's
22
still
AC.
Yep, the weapon's still lingering there, like it's gonna continue trying to attack you.
I think it's gonna just be annoying and threaten me. Can we have like a little mark on the map of where it's at?
Sure.
Or is it like in my square?
I mean, it's in your square, but
Okay. So does it have to be in my square to hit me?
yeah, but it's gonna follow you.
Even on my turns?
Like it just follows you everywhere. Yeah. If he wants to move it to attack something else, it takes a move action. Otherwise, it just follows you around. It's super annoying, but that's
Oh
what it
my
It's
does.
super
god.
annoying.
Oh my
It's
god, he
really annoying
countered
spell.
me.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'll eat like
It,
5 AOs.
oh, it
It
doesn't
probably doesn't have
provoke.
combat
Yeah,
reflexes.
it doesn't provoke or anything like that. It just follows you around and
Oh,
tries to hit
okay.
you.
Okay, I thought I was gonna provoke every time I attacked. Okay.
No, and this looks like a the weapon that tries to attack you looks like a halberd. The Karaya's turn. She's going to attack the target that she. Let's see. Does she want to attack the target she has a flank, or she'll let you deal with that? She's going to attack the other one. She's got haste, so she's going to get a bunch of attacks. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Especially because she's dual.
Yeah, I heard
wielding.
haste is a good spell.
So she hits with that one. Is this a? Does she crit on a? I don't know what her crit range is for this. It is a crit chance. Okay, she might just crit this thing. She crits it.
Oh. Yay.
Very first attack, she crits it. She's pretty
You
mad.
called her a wimp earlier. Like, I don't know.
Well,
Mm.
this is her crit. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But she's got a lot more attacks, so let's be fair. So next attack also hits. Especially against these things. Like she's gonna make mincemeat of this thing probably. She's got 5 lower. That one misses. That one misses. And then she's got her Achilles. That one hits, but does not threaten because it doesn't have the crit range of their sword does. And only does 6 damage. Okay, and that's her last attack. So she takes a good chunk out of this other one. She's gonna 5-foot step. I think, yeah, she's gonna 5-foot step out of potentially getting flanked here. That'll be her turn. This guy's gonna like try to chase after her, but yeah. He misses. Skeleton.
Skeleton will get in position. I'm not even sure why he's way back there, but he will come up here, move up, and attack this thing. So we have to roll.
That misses. Alright, Silric is going to do a flying kick. Whoops. Go around over here and try to take out the guy that's casting spells down here. Where's my Silric sheet at? Set buffs. You know, I don't think she has one for haste. Maybe she does, I don't know. Alright, I'm just going to do the math.
Oh no, not math!
I know. Math. Pathfinder! No! What the hell is a button on this thing?
For what?
Here it is. Okay. I was trying to figure out how the Roll20 sheet works. I was confused.
Oh, I have no idea. Screw that thing.
It's a mystery.
Oh,
She's down to... She would have cast Barkskin before coming down here. Does she have mage armor on as well? Did you use a wand charge before you guys came down here too?
yeah.
Okay. So she crits this thing. Or Silver crits this thing for some damage. Pretty good, actually. That's like
Of
35
course, the crit
damage.
happens when Swanky's not here.
Oh, and he gets one more attack, actually, too. Just take the first one here. Okay. Silver just takes this thing out in one round.
Yeah. Sounds about.
And that's Silver's turn. Bilbo.
Alright.
Yeah, and Silver can see. Can actually. Well, there's no light down here, so Silver probably can't see into that room. Silver has a low light vision, so it's fine down here, but yeah, the light's coming from up there.
So I'm going to move down here and use my aura of madness.
Aura of Madness. Okay. So only enemies have to make a will save, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we'll save. Yeah,
Okay.
and
We'll roll
they.
4 d20s.
Okay.
Okay. What's DC? I think one probably made it, but the other ones might have failed.
21.
Okay. So 3 of them failed. The only one that passes is the third one. So I'm going
All
to
right, so they
going left to right.
become confused.
Okay. So confusion. I'm gonna put a. Yeah, I'm gonna put that icon for confusion. Even though I think I use this for Touch of Madness a lot of times, but whatever. It's the Pilbow icon. And Pilbow does. Oh, this one is not actually doesn't actually have the confusion. He's the only one that made the save. Okay. That's pretty good. This one is confused right now, so it's gonna roll on the confusion. Uh, 49 does nothing but babble incoherently, so it just stands there. He just stands there and babbles. This one, he does damage to himself. Not very much, but I mean, some. And that's his turn. Rosalina.
Oh, finally. So what I'm going to do is 5 foot step back.
Okay.
And those are physically there. They're just chameleon-like.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go ahead and hex that one that was closest to me with retribution.
Okay. A will save then, right?
Yes.
Probably made it
21?
save.
Yeah, he did it. Oh, 19. Okay.
Yeah, he rolled pretty good.
Yeah, and that's it.
Round 2, Jace.
Okay. um, the thing coming from the hallway is getting louder. I think I might just delay till it shows up, or maybe I'll shoot one of these. Nah, I guess I'll shoot one of these duders.
Up to you.
Is he
Does the thing
able to
sound
tell
really
which one's
close?
not confused?
Maybe. I think you'd have to do a sense
It's
motive. But...
hard to tell, yeah.
I mean, he did just see. He probably can a little bit. He saw this one over here attack itself, and he can hear this one up here babbling. So yeah,
Okay,
I'd say at
I
least
think,
those ones he knows.
yeah, I think since
Because he's
those are the
seen
ones
direct
that have like
effects of it.
clear shots to, I'm just gonna delay. The other ones would be hard to hit.
Okay. So you're gonna delay for now.
Just
Abrellis.
yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to take out my wand of mage armor, and I'm going to use it on myself since this guy is confused next to me.
Mage armor or shield?
Oh yeah, sorry, shield.
Okay. I thought that's what you meant, but. Alright. Yep, you got shield.
Alright, I got it. That's my turn. I'm preparing for the big thing.
Okay. This guy over here is confused. He's going to roll on the confusion table. Attacks nearest creature. So he's gonna attack the skeleton.
Okay.
Does he
No,
hit the
that's why
skeleton
he's
with
a-
a 20?
Yeah.
All right, he does 3 damage to it because the skeleton has like DR,
Oh,
I think.
God.
DR5, right?
Psh. Leave my skeleton alone.
Unless it's DR10, in which case he takes no damage. I don't
No, I think they're
actually
just
remember.
5.
I think so too for the medium ones.
Double check what it says. Yeah, it's just 5.
Okay, so he just takes 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay, on this turn, I get to roll kind of a modified confusion table because it's a D200 instead. Okay. You see this gigantic monstrosity show up. An iron automaton standing twice as tall as a normal human. Heavy footfalls shake the ground with bone-jarring force.
Yeah, I'll take my turn after this thing.
After
That's what I was
it
waiting
moves,
for.
yeah. So it's gonna move up. It's gonna move up into the room, and it's gonna take a single swing at Silric. And you can see as it's moving up, like it looks like you can hear like this kind of awful grating noise, like metal on metal.
Like, make a will
And you can
save.
see like sparks and shit flying off of it.
Oh.
Oof.
Cool.
It hits
Something
Silric.
tells me this thing might be annoying. Oh my
This thing-
god, 39?
This thing, it's guest starring from Mantis's campaign.
Oh, God.
Oh
It's
my
annoying.
god.
Special guest monster
I
from
left
Mantis's
for a
game.
reason. Meh.
To
To survive. Okay,
to survive. All right, so let's see here. It's going to do some damage to Silric. It only does 10 damage, but there's more. It is also going to attempt to do a grapple as well on Silric. 20 or 32. Silric's CMD is pretty high, but I think that's gonna do it still. Let me see. I gotta figure out the fucking Roll20 sheet. No. Should be in the defenses tab, right? CMD, yes, that does still do it. But it's actually fairly close. Silric's CMD's 29, so it's 30 with haste, I guess. So very close. But Silric is grabbed. All right, and then I'm gonna have Jace take a turn. Jace.
Okay.
Oops.
This thing is. Whew.
Why is it not
You
letting
know
me
what?
move you?
Do,
There we
I don't know. Is there a knowledge check to know what this thing is, or not really?
go. Knowledge
It
Arcana.
seems pretty out there. Oh, it's a construct. Okay. I mean, here's my knowledge arcana check. 42. The answer to the universes are mine.
You got a pretty good idea what this thing is. You think this is what is called a clockwork golem,
Ooh.
which is a pretty dangerous golem.
Oh, that means it's immune to magic.
Yep. So like all golems, it is generally immune to oh, whoops! Silric's actually got to take some extra damage because it
Unless it's
successfully
SR
grappled it.
no. Which is acid splash. I have the counter. We just have to survive while my acid splash kills it.
So yeah, you know that it's immune to magic generally. It has all the normal construct things. It grabs, and when it grabs, the gears grind, like tear up what it grabs. So actually, still takes some
Oh,
damage
that sounds
here.
awful.
Also, you know that when it explodes, like when you kill it, it explodes.
It has
the
a
gears
death
shoot
throw.
out. Mm-hmm. It has a death throw.
Oh
But
my
this one
god.
looks like it's damaged. That is not working quite as effectively as a normal one would. Like that's why all those sparks and shit are shooting out. Like it's not supposed to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot of gross. Silver takes much more damage on top of the earlier damage.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you got to do something about it.
Does it have DR? Do I know?
Yes, it has DR. You need adamantine to overcome it, or a powerful enough
Oh,
enhancement bonus
luckily
on your
someone
weapon.
has a 5 enhancement bonus on their weapon
Mhm.
with Arcane Pool, so I can get through its DR. Okay, let me just double check my spells and see if there's anything better I can use. That's an SR no. That's how that works, right? It's SR no, or is it just it's immune to all
Correct.
spells no matter what?
SR no
Okay.
still will work usually, and then yeah, you can also do
Is
things
there
to its
any way
environment,
this
like
will work?
creating a pit underneath the golems. Is
Yeah, I
usually
wish
pretty
I
effective.
wish I was Whiz Pops right now. I don't think this will work that well. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go with the strategy of try to kill it.
Okay.
So I'm going to Acid Splash full round, try and beat it up. Here we go.
Oh, I gotta put the grappled condition on it, so that's gonna help you guys a little bit.
Oh, there's a chance for crit in there. It probably doesn't because it's a mantis creature.
Where is grappling on here? What the heck? There we
Oh, it
go.
is at -2 because grappling. That's true. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, okay. Because I needed to scroll down. Okay, I found it. All right.
I
Let's
have
see
a bad
here.
feeling about this. Like 1 or 2 of these hit or something.
Okay, so 35 hits. 22 misses. 27 hits
35.
though.
You mean 33?
22 hit misses. Yeah, 33 hits, 22 misses, 27 hits,
Okay, 27 hit. We're fine.
20,
That means I crit
26,
confirm.
and then yeah, you crit confirm on the iterative there somehow. This thing is still up.
I mean,
Don't
I
forget to
didn't
roll your
expect to
acid
one-shot
splash
it,
damage
but...
too.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, maximum damage again.
Okay. This guy's down, but his spiritual weapon's going to take another. Take that! That misses.
Hey, if it was a ghostly Clockwork Golem, my weapon's Ghost Touch too.
Oh, okay. It's pretty
I'm
good.
just saying. You can throw a ghostly Clockwork Golem at us next time.
Karaya is going to try to kill the skulk up here.
Or a swarm of Clockwork Golems. I have a Swarmbane Scarab too. Whatever
Karaya
it's
crits
called.
this thing, maybe. Yeah, she crits this thing again. For her not great critical hit.
Oh man, a swarm of ghostly Clockwork Golems. That's what we need to fight.
I don't think constructs can be ghosts.
This
Well,
is why I'm not a GM.
that's actually not 100% certain on that. Because constructs
again.
can ascend. And then I guess if you ascend and you die, maybe you become a ghost.
She misses that one. Misses that one. She hits the 25 though. And shoot the 22. Okay, she downs this one right here finally with her Atlas. That's her whole turn. She'll 5-foot step into the flank here. That's her. That's yeah. She just took that guy down, so it's not his turn. Skeleton.
We're going to strike at the duder.
Okay.
Ooh,
That'll hit.
I don't know. He probably has resistances, though. We'll see. I don't.
Hey, you should
Oh.
move that skeleton into like melee with it so I can flank with it.
It is
Oh,
melee. No, that skeleton's busy doing something else. Also, I
Aw, what's
ditched
he
the
going to
weapon because I can't like full round with a weapon, but I can full round with my claws and bites. So, and not that I had like a magical weapon or anything, anyways. So, I'm gonna do that. So that's the bite, and he didn't get
Okay.
haste, did he?
That's correct. He didn't get
Okay.
hasted. Bite, all the damage goes through.
All right, and then he can claw and claw.
The 19 hits.
He's
Okay.
protecting me.
Silric is being grappled. I think Silric is still just gonna punch the shit out of this golem, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, golem is actually like pretty badly hurt too. Okay, I think those are all gonna miss though. It's pretty low rolls, unfortunately. Yeah. He's got haste attack still though. Nope. And then I guess technically he can use a key point. I'll have him use a key point and do one more attack. Oof. And then I roll a 1. Okay.
Oh.
So Silric is still being grappled at the moment. Alright, Pilbow.
Can I knowledge this guy?
Sure. It's Knowledge Arcana. I think Jace might have already told you some stuff about it though.
Yeah, it's a golem. Golem. Golem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this is a golem as well. This is a clockwork golem, immune to magic. You know that the grease
Oh.
spell, if you hit it with grease, it gets the effects of haste. So don't
I
do
was gonna
that.
say, I don't think you want to give it grease. Don't grease the cogs in the machine.
But if you hit it with a rusting grass spell, then it gets staggered. No save. But otherwise, yeah, no spells will affect it unless it's SR no. It has a death
Okay,
burst too, so
I'm
you guys kill it,
going-
it's gonna
Wait, you don't
explode.
have rusting grasp? What is that spell? I've never heard of that.
It's the best spell in the game.
Against this thing, yeah.
Yes.
Visions of
Getting a melee
Madness
with
is
it.
SR no, right?
It's a druid only spell actually, or metal domain if you're a cleric. So,
If it doesn't say SR, then it would work. But if it does say SR, then it doesn't work.
yeah. So most spells will usually have a little section there that says SR spell resistance, and it'll say yes or no. If it says SR yes, then spell's not gonna work. If it says no, then it should work fine.
Okay. So I'm going to Visions of Madness it.
Visions of Madness is a spell-like ability, so that does allow us SR.
Say that again?
Visions of Madness is a spell-like ability that does allow SR.
Uh,
That one's kind of
well,
weird because it doesn't have a normal spell block, but yeah, it does allow SR.
oh, okay. It doesn't like say that on the sheet, whatever. It's fine. I can't actually do
Yeah.
anything against this guy then.
But you should stay in melee with it.
You
That way
can
I can hit it.
Beat it up.
That's true. You have haste even. You can move further around if you need to. Although Brelis also has haste, so it probably doesn't really matter too much.
So, can I retcon that?
Sure. You got something else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to mirror image first, and then move in.
Okay,
I'm
it's
not actually
grappling
going to
still
attack
right
it, but I'm
now.
going to move in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about like attack opportunities or anything. But all right. So you have mirror image, and you're up next to it. Go ahead and roll your images.
D4 plus 3.
This guy who's flanked right now, but he's also confused. So, I think that's the act normal option.
Yes, act
1
normal.
through 25.
So he is going to. Let's see here. Can he? Does he have like? Can he tumble?
What are you doing the chart backwards?
No,
Wait,
just
does it
1 through 25 is
need-
normal.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's the other way around. Okay, lowing rolls is better. Lows.
Mm.
Wait, what? Let me find the confusion table. Oh, he attacks the nearest creature. Okay, so I guess he's not going to move anywhere at least. So I'm going to roll 1d2. 1 is Abralis, 2 is correct. Attacks Karai.
That's what I thought.
22 against Karaya's AC. I think that might meet. Let me check. No, that misses because of haste. So he doesn't do anything. He just misses. And this other guy is also confused, so let's roll on his table. 41. I think that's the one where he damages himself. Or babbles. It's babble. He
Oh
babbles
yeah, he is
incoherently.
babbles.
Okay. Rosalina.
I will. Oh, I can't misfortune that thing. Yeah, I don't think I can do much about Mr. Robot. But I'll deal with this guy here. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Um. Wait, I never reset my spells. I'm sitting here looking at it going like, wait, what? Okay. Why don't I have spells?
Yeah, all your hexes are reset too, so you can like. Although I don't think you want to use like fortune hexes in this fight.
Mm-mm. No, I don't want to use any fortune hexes. You know what? I'm just gonna ward Abrellis.
Oh, yay! I thought you said award me, and I was like, oh, with what? But then I thought it was just ward.
I want
You're awarded
awards.
with ward.
Yeah.
It's the award. It's the award ward. All right.
Alright, so that's 3 deflection, right?
Yeah, does not stack.
Alright. If I do sneak attack damage to this thing, I think I might have the highest AC in the party.
Maybe.
Maybe, although Pilbo's AC is pretty high too.
Yeah.
Mine could get to 34.
I don't know what I can get to, but I'm base 30.
So yeah, might be.
But I'm ready to go in.
Well, good because it's your turn.
Yes.
We're in round 3 here.
Alright, so I'm gonna move, and I'm not gonna bother acrobaticsing, because I want the full move speed, and then they're all whatchamacallit anyway.
They're all confused anyway. Yeah.
They're all confused anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna move down like 50 feet over here,
Okay.
and get into a flank, and I'm gonna attack.
All right.
I've got haste, and I'm flanking. Uh, Alright, here comes the attack. with the punching dagger. That's a low roll.
That is a low roll. Unfortunately, that's gonna miss.
Actually, it should be more than that. Yeah, it should be at 16. Does a 21 hit it?
No. I think
Okay.
that's pretty high, you see, even
That's
with
my
grapple.
turn then.
Okay.
I'm in position.
This guy is confused, but he just got attacked by a skeleton, so he's gonna attack back. 21 hit the skeleton.
Yeah.
He does 1 damage to the skeleton
Oh no.
with his short sword. All right, the golem's turn. '83. 83. Okay. Attacks the nearest target. Well, I guess that's kind of. He does release the grapple. And he's just going to, in his confusion, he's going to take random attack. So 1 through 3, 1 is Abrellis, 2 is Silric, 3 is Pilbo. He goes after Abrellis. So yeah, let's see. Did I turn off? I did turn that off. Okay, good. So first attack, 29 against Abrellis.
That'll hit.
Okay.
That actually meets.
So 14 damage, and he's going to attempt to try to grab you. Which, I think I rolled the wrong... Yeah, I rolled the wrong CMB roll against Sorg, actually. His grapple's even more absurd than I thought. Because I wasn't including... I was just rolling his flat... Oh, no, wait. I was only off by a little bit, though. 31 versus your CMB. That would miss versus...
Yeah, that succeeds.
Okay. So you also take some grind damage as well. What was that grind damage? It was... God, I wish they just put this on the damage tab, but they put it in like a weird spot. So I have to like hunt for it every time. It's 2d10 plus some number. I just don't remember what the number was.
You don't use the columns on the right side?
There
It
it is.
should just be right there.
It isn't there though. That's what I'm saying, because it's listed as a special
Oh.
ability. So I have to go to the specials tab and like actually find. I keep forgetting what the name is. It's grind. All right.
Oh, lame.
So you also take 21 grind damage. I think the optimal play for it is to drop you as a free action and do another attack, but it's confused, so it doesn't. It just takes the 1 attack and holds on to you.
Okay.
So that is its turn. It just does a ton of damage and grapples Abrellis. Jace.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a great shot at this thing, but I could 5-foot step behind Pilbo maybe. But is that... It shouldn't provoke because I have cover.
It's also grabbing somebody.
Okay, so I'll move here if that's a 5-foot steppable thing, and then
Sure.
I'm gonna fall around it.
Okay.
And we'll just acid splash. And hope for a crit or something. No crit. But good,
All right, let's see.
decent rolls.
29 hits, and that's actually, that first attack is enough to down it, but it explodes.
Oh, yeah!
So everybody within.
I
What's
told
the
you
range
guys
on
that,
this?
right?
Yeah, you mentioned it. It's only people within 10 feet, but fortunately, somebody walked up into that range.
I mean, I had to walk up to not get a penalty to
Yeah.
cover. I haven't been hit
Um,
yet. It's fine. Do your worst. As long as it's not like negative levels or something
So everybody within
crazy.
2 squares of it. I know technically that's 15 feet, but for purposes of range, it's counting as for like attacks and stuff. It's counting as 10.
Oh wait a minute, Pluto. Does that work for that?
I'm ruling that it does because the same reason why you can't
Okay.
just stand like
Okay.
so you can't just approach diagonals to negate reach weapons.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I need a reflex save from Pilbo, Silric, Jace, and Abrellis.
Oh
But
God.
only those 4.
Only 4 of us.
That's a word I never want to hear ever.
What, reflex save? Ah, you're fine. See?
You're
You rolled
fine. I'm
you
not.
rolled really good.
Give me a
Uh
10d10 plus 20 damage or something.
let me see. I think Silric has evasion, so Silric makes the
Yeah.
save. He's good. Abrellis, that's a pretty low roll. Fortunately, you're good. That actually is the DC. It's 18. So you take no damage because of evasion. I need to find the reflex button. Ah, Silric's fine. Technically, it's a 30 because of haste. So I think Pilbo takes half. Jace takes all of that damage. 52 as gears go shooting out and bouncing out of
Yay.
it in a cacophonous
It's
blast.
actually a lot of damage. Okay.
Yeah, there are a
Still
lot of
have more
6s
health
on
than
there.
Umbrellas.
Yeah, Abrellis took a pretty nasty hit. So did Solar for that matter.
Wait,
But
did you say Umbrella
we're
saved
not.
or didn't save?
Abrellis saved. 18 was the DC,
Oh, okay, good. So Umbrellas is not
which is
down.
good because otherwise Abrellis would be unconscious at the moment from that damage.
Yeah.
Unless you have approved evasion, I don't actually know. But all right, we're not out of combat. There's still a couple skulks. That one is not.
Confused.
They're confused. Karai is going to try to finish this one off. Oh god, she's getting so many crits. This is ridiculous.
You said she was lame, so hey. Just to prove you otherwise.
I mean, her crits still do like 13 damage, so I mean,
She's trying, alright?
13.
she's got
Oh
okay
my
20.
God.
That's the best crit she's rolled.
Uh,
She's gonna use her Ackless actually. She probably should have maybe started with this. She's gonna do a trip with it because it has the improved trip ability. She can replace an attack with that. I should probably at least play her like a little optimally instead of trash talking her all the time.
you're the GM. You can do what you want.
That's right.
She attacks the party.
Does that even trip the skulk? It's pretty low roll.
I mean, at
but
least
think
she's not like Karn. She runs away!
Yeah, okay, she does. She trips this thing. And then that way she can take her other attacks at this thing having like 12 AC, which is kind of a... she hits it again. It's not a crit chance this time, though. Yeah, she's gonna finish this off. I'm just gonna stop rolling her attacks. This thing's almost dead. She's got a trip and she's still got 4 more attacks.
Yeah, no, seems like her
Skeleton.
build's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's an NPC Paizo NPC build, so it's kind of sketchy, but it's I've seen worse. It's not Harsk level bad. Does the skeleton want to attack?
Yeah. We're gonna full round. Same as. Oh.
That hit? These things
Yeah,
have
I'm
an AC of 16,
gonna
so
do the claws
they're
as
not too hard to hit.
well. Okay, this.
Okay, those miss though.
Boom.
Okay. Silric, let's see. He's going to flying kick into a flank and kill this thing, or at least try to. If I can find Silric's sheet, because I got too many things open. Alright, here we go. And I'm just gonna roll it twice and take the first attack on the second one there. Okay, so that's enough to kill this thing. Okay, so just one up now. Pilbo.
I'm just gonna punch him. Or
I
hit
guess I
him with
should have
my
been asking
cestus.
too,
Punch him.
if you were maintaining your aura of madness. I assume you are for a couple of these rounds.
Yes.
Maybe you're dropping it this round. I don't know. There's only one guy up.
I mean, it doesn't really hurt me to maintain it because I don't use it that often.
That's true. And you have like 11 rounds of it, so.
All
This
right,
has
so
still only
this is
been like 3
Masterwork,
rounds.
Cold Iron Cestus.
Okay.
Rolling.
That'll hit.
Oh, yeah, it's not a 4 round.
Alright. This guy's down. This guy just got attacked by Pilbo, so he's gonna try to attack. He misses and doesn't even break in one of your images, because, yeah, 12. Rosalina?
Okay, so that dude's. Oh, there's just the guy next to Pilbo. I will misfortune the dude next to Pilbo.
Okay.
I'll step over here and try to hex him. DC 21, we'll see.
He meets. Amazingly.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Round 4, Brelis.
Alright. Oh, I'm gonna.
Go use the flank.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I want to flank. I can acrobatics over all this stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And I'll attack. Still says plus
Okay.
13. Why is that?
Not sure. That hits. It
Should be
still
plus
hits
16.
anyway. Alright, Jace, can you get us out of this combat?
We will see. I guess I'll 5-foot step up, so maybe I can shoot over Pilbo's shoulder or something.
Okay.
And here we go. Just acid splash full round, nothing crazy.
Yeah, you did it.
Yay, we're out of
We're
combat.
out of combat.
I'm guessing there's no loot, but I'll look for loot. I
Okay.
find a broken, rusty gear that's
Well,
valueless.
you do actually find that the Skulk's short swords are masterwork.
Oh, okay. Pobo, these things have masterwork short swords. If you want a few hundred gold, you can pick them up, but I don't care.
I mean, I'll pick anything up. I've got a
Are
fucking black
masterwork
hole for a
weapons, are
bag.
they
Yeah, we can
100 or
sell those
300?
for cure
300.
wands, you know.
Oh, okay, that's
So,
not bad. Yeah, let's get them for cure wands. We need that.
yeah. You also
How
find
many
their
of
holy
them?
symbols. I don't think that they're particularly valuable. But yeah, if you have knowledge religion, you might be able to identify the holy symbol. There's 6 of them. 6 masterwork short swords, if you'd like to pick them up.
Ooh, 1800 gold ish. Pretty good. Religion. Do I know the symbol?
That's pretty good.
We've seen it before, have we not?
Yeah, I'm rolling well on my bad knowledges.
So you recognize this holy symbol, a jagged circle containing 3 eyes and 6 spiraling arms radiating out from its edge, as being the holy symbol of Yamasoth, the Qiploth lord of cursed kingdoms and vile experiments.
Oh, that's new.
Sounds neat.
Hmm.
Yep. He's also known as the polymorph plague.
Lovely. So he polymorphs people in a plague-like style? That's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
So a lot of the people that would like worship Yamasoth would be people that are really into things like flesh warping.
Yeah.
In fact, Karaya, upon looking at it, would say she's seen this as well when she was exploring the Darklands. There were worshippers of Yamasoth in Zernikainen. Although they normally worship demon lords down there. There are several practitioners of the art of flesh warping that also revere Yamasoth down there.
Well, let's get ready to deal with more of their ilk.
And then yeah,
I'm
there's
sure there's more
another
of them.
there's another kind of offshoot of the basement or the cellar over here that this golem came out of as well.
Check this out.
So this room contains wooden tubs, stone vats, and all the equipment necessary to brew beer, including a large copper kettle and an enclosed cast iron stove, both connected to the ceiling by wide metal plates.
Oh.
Someone would be interested in this room.
The equipment has been fitted with strange alchemic implements, including a tall keg that has been split in half vertically and resembles an upright wooden coffin. But yeah, other than like the equipment here, you don't think you see anything
An
that like
upright
you could,
wooden coffin?
yeah, sort of like one. It's a
Dracula.
tall keg that kind of looks split in half vertically that resembles an upright wooden coffin.
Can I open it?
I mean, it's been split in half already.
So it's already open?
Hmm.
Okay. There's nothing in here that stands out to me then. I'll tell the
No.
others that there's nothing much here. It was just kind of housing this thing. So I'll come back over here. Although I do tell them there's a bunch of like brewing stuff. That must be valuable to somebody.
I don't brew. But I'll learn if I can pass it. I can't take it though.
Alright, I'll start checking this out over here. Around this corner.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of already know about that there's a hallway down here. Probably can't actually see all the way there, but because the only light is the light on your hat, basically. But yeah, you see that's a hallway stretching out that matches the or the map that you guys saw. There's a room down here as well that you can kind of just barely see into.
Alright, well, let's look at this map again. Alright, so... Where's the cache on this map?
The cache is actually on the second floor, so it's not on the map that I shared as a
Okay.
handout. So if you went down the stairs,
Maybe
this
go
room directly
deeper
south
then.
of you has some stairs that lead down. If you went down those, that would lead towards
Yeah,
the
I see the
cache.
big stairs.
Mhm.
Are any of the other rooms labeled, or are they just kind of like this on the map?
So he tell you the circle with that's like a cistern,
Yeah, okay.
that water drains down towards and powers like a fountain that's at the lower floor. He tells you the room to the right. He would have told you that that was like a storeroom that they kept. There's like he told you that they. He said I'd be careful about that one because there were some golems put in there by by a previous priest of Nethys. So he's not sure if like Zolorum's maybe like taken over them or something, but although he's not sure because he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't think Zolorum is that competent of a golem mancer, but he did say that there are some golem like ice golems in there that like kept the room cold and they stored meats and things like that, like perishables. They
Oh,
would freeze them in there.
handy.
And then he says the little area over to the left that's kind of like some of the acolytes would like live there, and there's some storage over there too.
Yeah. I think we should head down then. So I'll start heading down.
How are you approaching?
Quietly.
Okay.
I'll do it stealthily, and I guess I'll roll stealth.
Okay.
I will wait patiently.
Just gonna wait back here the beer smelling room,
Oh,
or
I
somewhere
went
in the hallway.
in the hallway,
Okay.
but not in front of them. Maybe in front of those guys because they're slow.
Okay. So is Abrellis just kind of gonna try to sneak up and scout the?
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Okay. So yeah, you see
Yeah,
like
they
the
just kind of
cistern
follow me.
there. So far you don't see anything. It looks like there's a hallway that
Alright.
leads. This hallway leads to another room down there, but you don't see any
Yeah.
activity over there.
Check over here. Get in this room.
Okay. This room. Go ahead and roll a perception.
Alright.
This room is decorated with the frescoed life-size images of singing clerics of different faiths gathered in vaulted chambers. The chanting flowing out of each singer's mouth in the frescoes is represented by flowing notation marks that rise toward the ceiling over the head and fall back around the feet.
So it's like music stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you know how like in like cartoons, you'll see like people like hiding in like by posing as like a statue or as like a painting on the wall, you know, like they try to like trying to do the same thing as what's on the statue. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you see one of those skulks doing that as well on the other side of the
Okay.
room.
Oh
And you
god.
can maybe notice his eyes kind of shifting over to like looking at you as like you're peeking in, like like his eyes are drawn to the light.
Hey, come here, you little son of a bitch.
And there's a bunch of these like, you know, like people over the walls, so you think there could be more, but you see one for sure.
Alright, well. I tell the I motion for the others to come over here.
Okay.
And are we gonna roll initiative or
Yeah. When they see you kind of motion to them, they all realize that their plan isn't working, and they all kind of reveal themselves. And we're just gonna straight roll initiative. What's going on here?
I think he's coming back in.
Hopefully it's working still, or working now.
What?
I haven't heard Zidarian say anything, so I'm saying hopefully it's working now.
Oh, he's in the other channel. He hasn't come down here yet. There he is.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. Weirdness happening. Things seem to be working now, partially.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you and you can hear me, so it's good enough for now. I realized I had 2 copies of Ventrilo installed on my computer, so I tried to uninstall one of them, and I guess I picked the wrong one or something. Anyways,
Okay.
don't ask me why I was looking at that during our game. It's just right, I got distracted.
Did everybody roll initiative? Looks like it.
Oh, I didn't click my token though. Hang on.
Yeah, you should be able to. You're
Click
still on the sheet,
again.
so you should be able to just. And
Oh, I was just gonna.
that works too.
I was just gonna hope I rolled the exact same number. No. Wait, what happened? Oh, it doesn't
Okay.
matter, but it's 19.
So Brellis, you get to go first.
Alright, well, I guess this is a situation where I can pull out a weapon. Hey, is this
It's
surprise round or
5 foot
just
step.
normal round?
This is a normal round, actually.
Okay,
Everybody
I'm
was
gonna
aware.
pull
Everybody
out
else.
my that punching dagger, and I'm gonna 5-foot step over here and stab this dude.
Okay. And this guy does not have uncanny dodge, but even if he did, I think you would probably just hit him anyway because.
Yeah, he has to beat my rogue levels.
Yeah. I mean, if he just has to be within 5 or something, but he's only got 2. He's only a level 2 rogue. he heard about Karaya and he said, I'm gonna come up with an even worse build. Level 2 rogue, level 3 cleric. He's also got
Alright.
racial hit die.
That's
so,
fine.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. Alright, come on, sheet.
Tired of this sheet.
The sheets have been so slow, like, lately. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, now it's a plus 13. I punch him with my punching
If we weren't
dagger.
already on it, I might consider
that's a
using
1.
a different virtual tabletop, but we're already on roll 20. So we just gotta
Alright,
do
well,
it.
that's my turn. I miss.
Okay. Silric. It's pretty far back, but also he's Silric, so Silric's move speed is like 70 or something even without haste. Maybe it's only 60. Let me check. So Silric, yeah, it's only 60 move speed at the moment. So I don't know if Silric can actually quite. Let me see here. If I go here and then do a diagonal, I think he actually can. He can do like a spring attack up to here and punch this guy once. So we'll do that. Do the spring attack just to, even though he's not doing the normal use of spring attack to. I mean, I guess he could just move an attack, really, in this case. Spring attack doesn't actually do anything. Because it's not like they can attack over 2D anyway. But anyway, here goes. One attack. I'm just gonna take the first one. That hits. He does some damage. Okay. I could do some skulk stuff. This guy is going to. He's just gonna move up. Gonna move up and attack Abrellis. 26 against Abrellis. Against normal AC.
Oh, that'll hit.
Okay. So you just take 5 damage though.
Okay.
This one over here. It's gonna come up and try to attack Silric. 24 will hit Silric. Fortunately, Silric's already gone, so no sneak attack damage. Silric just takes 6. This guy over here, he is going to also just attack. Ooh, chance for crit. 26 confirms crit against Umbrella.
Yeah.
But it's only for 9 damage.
Okay.
Mr. Skeleton.
Mr. Skeleton. So we don't really know what's going on yet, so it's gonna delay.
Okay. Jace.
Yeah, I don't really have a clean shot on anything.
Yep. But you have a shot.
Yeah, I guess I can 5-foot step down and just shoot at the far one or the close one. I don't know. Do I get cover either way?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll shoot the close one then, because it's in range of acid splash for that stuff. Spell combat. So same thing I always do. Full round with acid splash for now, and my haste is off, but I'll click the boots of haste.
Use 1 round of haste from Boots of Haste.
Yeah. It's a 19 or a 20. It's a 20.
Okay. So let's see. That 24 will hit.
Boots of Haste. 9 out of 10.
35 obviously will hit as well. And that's a crit confirm.
Ooh. If you want the acid damage, there's 2 acid damage.
Okay, you actually town him, and you can send your iterative after someone else, like the one behind him. So
Let me think. Sure, because there's no spell attached to
think you
that
can
one, so
even-
it could go further.
yeah, I don't think you can even shoot anybody else.
Yeah,
like everyone else is
one behind it's
walls.
fine.
So, yep, he takes some damage as well. Okay,
That's my
Rosalina.
turn.
I will. I'm gonna. I'm so far back. Guess I'm gonna move.
Okay. I feel like Pilbo's learned, and he had himself pretty close. Everybody else is
Yeah.
like standing a billion miles away.
Well, I let Abrellis scout, and like if we're next to Abrellis can't stealth, right? Because we're gonna fail
Yeah,
our
that's
stealth.
true.
And
Because you
so
guys are
I
gonna give
always
it away
hang
anyway.
back, but then like Jacina's always like, I'm up here with you, yeah, you know. So I guess it doesn't matter, but
Sometimes.
What? I'm at the back.
Sometimes Jace will be
Sometimes.
like 3 rooms behind.
That's true.
Well, it depends, right? If there's
The
something for me
skeleton's
to
gonna
do
take
in the
its turn
current
as well.
room, I'll move up and do
here with me.
it, like looking
Yeah.
around in the previous room. But if it's Abrellis wants to sneak ahead and scout, I'm not gonna make noise and ruin that
That's
for
fair.
Abrellis.
Alright, so you're just moving up, or do you cast a spell?
That's. I had to double move.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Let's see. This guy's going to attack Silric. Ooh. He crits Silric. It's 2 crits in a row for these guys. For the Skulks. Go Team Skulk. Kind of nasty because you guys didn't heal. You guys didn't do any healing between this combat and the last combat.
Yep. That's why I'm also staying back this
Yeah,
time.
we don't need it.
Well, we can sell those
Um,
Masterwork short swords for a cure one when we get a chance. But for
Okay,
now,
this,
But
yeah.
I don't have access to cure things.
Yeah. Let's see. This guy's going to just move up and attack Umbrella. He misses.
Abrellis, you're getting kind of hurt though.
No, I'm fine.
Oh,
These
sure.
are just like scratches.
Sure.
This guy is going to cast a. He heals himself, and then he moves up. I'm just gonna move that guy from the combat tracker actually entirely. I'm moving from the map. Okay. Karaya rolled pretty low on initiative. She could try to double move, I guess. Yeah, she's just gonna double move up into here with both her weapons out. All right, Pilbow.
Pilba, if you want to wait till after I go, I am gonna move.
No, it's good. I mean, I would assume these guys. I really can't do a whole lot to all of them. So what I'm gonna do is, um, um, everything is so segregated in Hero Lab.
Well, they do have the stuff sometimes over in those little panels on the right. So
Or
I
a
see what I was talking
madness
about.
again.
Okay. So I get to roll 5 d20s. Okay. The one on the left definitely fails. The one, I think, what you said the Aura was 20, or the DC was 21 for this thing, right?
Yeah.
So all of them fail again except for just one, which is the fifth one, or the fourth one again. So this one on the top right is not confused, but all the rest of them are. So yeah, pretty effective. This is like what that ability is made for. I feel like when there's a bunch of little mooks
Yeah.
like this.
Hey, you just neutralize them. It's mass crowd control.
Yeah, you've had this ability since level 8, but I don't know if there's really been very many good spots for it, really. So
Yeah, I
Not
haven't
really.
really had much of a use.
yeah, so it's kind of cool getting some mileage out of it for a change. Okay. And as they're attacking you, you hear they're like, they're yelling, something in uh, in their language, which is Skulk, which I highly doubt any of you guys speak. But they're yelling something.
No, no Siskok here. Oh.
Why don't you guys speak Skulk? It's such a
I
useful language.
could lie and be like, oh, let me check. Yeah.
I've got 15 languages, and that's not one of them.
Yeah, I have a lot of languages too.
I mean, it could be like one of those things where you just randomly have it, like how Mantis had that character that knew
He
Garuda for some reason.
always, Mantis always has the language. Some weird, obscure.
Yeah,
He had
he
Sphinx, he
likes
had
doing that.
Aklo, he had. I never bring monster languages
Garuda, that was my
unless I
favorite
can
one.
justify why I was like around them or something, or I studied them, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you play like a high intelligence character, sometimes it's like, you're like,
yeah, but
yeah,
is
they
that
spend all
really
this
the
time reading all
language
these
you're gonna
books.
learn out of all the
I mean,
languages available?
eventually, yeah, if you have like 40 of them. All
Yeah.
right, so you guys hear something else happen as well with them yelling. You hear,
Uh,
um, yeah, but you're not sure what it is yet. You kind of hear like a yell or something like that,
Alright.
coming from like this way, like around this corner maybe.
Around which one?
Around the corner down here. Like,
Oh, okay.
all right, so we're now in round 2. Abrellis, it is your turn.
Yes. Alright, so I can't 5-foot into any flank, unfortunately, but I'm gonna acrobatics down here.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
And I'm going to punching dagger let's see, the one between me and our new friend. Cry, yeah. Okay, flanking button pressed. Okay, it says 15. Good. Attack. Oh, it's another one. I can't hit today.
Yeah, I guess not. Damn.
All right, it's my turn.
Let's see, Silric. Hopefully Silric can hit some guys here. He's gonna go after. I guess he's gonna go after the one he's already damaged. I think that probably makes the most sense. He might be able to drop it if he rolls well. God, I got so many windows open on this monitor. It's hard to like find this. All right, here we go. It's easier to find the other ones because they actually have their own separate like. Anyway, yeah. Here we go. Unarmed strike. Ooh, there we go. That 16 actually does confirm that meets their AC. So I think this will down this guy maybe. Well, no. He's gonna use a key point and do one more attack. Okay. Takes one of them down. I guess he yeah, 5-foot step right here. I guess I could have actually had him flying kick too. The last attack. Something. Alright, yeah, that's his turn. Alright. This guy is confused. 7. I think that's the act normally. The low rolls are good on the confusion table. So he's going to step. He's not really gonna get spot no matter where he steps. He's just gonna attack Silric. Uh, 22. I think that might meet Silric's AC. No, misses by 1. Okay, so he misses. This guy is not confused. He doesn't want to try to swing around the corners. He's just gonna 5-foot step and he's gonna attack. He's gonna attempt to attack correct. Hits. Cry takes a little bit of damage. Skeleton.
The skeleton's initiative's after mine because he deleted.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Jace then.
Yeah, it's not really a good view here. I'm just gonna have to shoot through cover. So I'm gonna shoot at the one that's closest.
Okay.
I'll 5-foot step up to you, just inching closer. And boots of haste, click, click, and you apply cover to their AC.
Okay. Confirmed crit on that first attack.
This improved critical thing, even though I'm rolling 20s here, it's still making me feel good.
That's what's important.
I don't know, was the first one a 19? I'm not sure, I didn't check.
That was a 19. No, it was a 20. Never mind. Or yeah. Wait. No.
No, I rolled
misreading
20.
it. I'm misreading the macro thing there. Okay, so it was a 20.
Yeah.
That was a spell strike attack though too. So go ahead and roll a critical spell strike damage too.
Oh right. Wait, that crit damage also applies to the mini shot or not?
It doesn't apply to the many shot, but it does apply to your spell strike damage.
Okay. So that's 3d3 plus 3. No, wait, point blank? Am I in range? Yes. Cool. Oh my god!
No. The spell strike doesn't
Wait, does it
get
not
your
multiply?
multiplier. It just gets the ×2 multiplier.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, but still, you can take the 2 3s, right?
Sure. It does.
So 8. Come on, I rolled 3 threes. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that would be broken actually if the spell strike got the crit
Damn.
multiplier of the weapon. Because then you just go around like scything people with, I
Yeah.
don't know, something.
It'd be pretty nuts.
Shocking grasp scythe.
Okay, so let's see. That 34 will hit as well. The 35 will hit and take this guy down. Would you like to redirect your other attack?
The next closest person, so the only one
The
I
one
can
behind
see.
Karaya? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I can even hit the other ones. That's kind of
Yeah,
near
maybe
a wall.
not. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, so just that one then. 21 will still hit even through cover, and obviously the 30 will hit as well. Okay, pretty good turn.
Yeah.
Rosalina?
Okay, now that I can see a bit more, Umbrellas seems hurt still. I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to hand it over to my familiar to deliver it.
Okay.
And he's going to fly up to this square here, but it's going to stop. So he doesn't provoke, and that's his
Oh, they were confused.
Oh, they're confused? Oh, then he's gonna go all the way past them over to Umbrellas.
Okay.
Because he has the fly speed, and he's gonna deliver infernal healing to Umbrellas.
Okay. Also, he has at will invisibility anyway, right? So
Yeah, but he's delivering a spell, which is a standard, right?
yeah, but I mean, he might have already been invisible. I don't know.
I can't see invisible. Can I hand a spell off to
That's
him if I
fair.
can't see him? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you can because you have kind of an empathic bond with him still. You
Oh,
kind of know where he is anyway, and also like you reach out with the charge for the spell, he's not gonna like dodge it. Like
that's
he's gonna
true.
help you out.
Yeah.
It's not like you
Then
guys are
yeah, he's
both
probably
invisible. He
invisible.
can see you fine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Okay. So Brellis has infernal healing, fast healing 10. So on your turn, heal for 1. Do that for
Yay.
try to keep track of how many rounds. Well, I have a round tracker, so
I can I can do that. What round is it right now? 2?
it's round 2 right now. So if we somehow manage to make it to round 12, well, it'll be round 13 when the
13,
last
yeah.
healing would tick in, because first healing is going to happen in round 3. So if
12
we
will
somehow
be the
make it to
last
round
round.
13, then stop fast healing, and then yeah, depending on what round number is, we'll figure out how much healing has happened. Okay. Let's see. Oh God, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Skeleton then. In that case, have anything you want to do with the skeleton?
No. He'll come in front of her though. And ready in action
Okay.
to attack anything that gets close.
This guy's dead, so I'm just gonna remove him. This guy is confused. I believe that's babble incoherently. This guy is also confused. Also babbles incoherently. I guess technically he would try to attack the last person attacked him, but Jace is too far away, so he just babbles incoherently. Karaya, let's see, she could use the flank, I suppose. She'll do that. She'll take advantage of the flank. So she hits. Their frost bastard sword. Look at how many crits Karaya rolls. Okay, she didn't confirm it.
Yeah, her build is so good.
She didn't confirm the crit this time, but
She has improved critical.
she has improved critical for her bastard sword, yeah.
Hey,
Either
Bastard
that or
Sword's
build
range is
has improved
19, so it's
critical.
18 now.
Build is good.
So give it Keen and voila!
it's yeah, she crits on 17.
Oh my god.
You can't stack Keen and improve critical.
That's also correct. You used to be able to in 3rd edition.
That would be amazing.
I think I don't know if you could do it in 3.5, but you could do it in the original 3rd edition at least.
It's been a while since I've done a crit build. I should do a crit build next.
Hey, she confirms a crit with her final iterative somehow.
Oh my god. What? This build, she's so good. Like, what? It's because you made fun of her, Pluto. That's why.
It probably is. Like, I made fun of her build. So she's like, I'll show you. Okay, and then she has her Acklys as well. I haven't really been using her Acklys as efficiently as she normally does, because normally she like can use it to do trip attacks. And I've just been like, nah, they're all some damage. But these guys are also kind of weak, so she doesn't really need to. Okay, so she does some damage. That misses. That hits, though. Okay, she takes this guy down. Some help from Abrellis' flank and some of the damage that Abrellis did earlier. She's not going to 5-foot step, though. She's going to leave that square open for Abrellis. It's Pilbow. Actually, she might 5-foot step over to this one, in fact, or like this. Is Pilbow going to maintain the confusion aura?
Yeah, I'll maintain it. Are these things considered or not living?
No, they're humanoids, monstrous humanoids, but yeah, they're humanoids.
Okay. I'm not gonna waste a spell on them then. I will move up to the one that's next to Soric and Visions of Madness it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, my sheet is fucking littered with Mastered Sword.
Okay, yeah, you got Visions of Madness on him. He's got no spell resistance, so
Alright. +5,
minus
-5.
5. Okay. All right, round 3, Abrellis.
I'm gonna 5-foot step and flank with Silric and full run. Alright, those are my attacks, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Gonna debilitate him for attack and AC.
All right, sorry, something's happening. All right, Silric. is going to use that flank. Even though this guy's very heavily debilitated. Actually, he could flying kick though, so that might be better. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Silric is going to flying kick. I think I can do, let me see if this works. Yeah, we can flying kick into a flank over here instead. Technically provokes, but these guys are confused. So Silric's gonna do that. Flying kick over here. Provide a flank for Abrellis and then move over here into a different flank on the complete other side of the battlefield. Fuck, where is the tab on this? I almost should have just offloaded this Silric to someone else. So like, here, you guys play Silric. Alright, we've done that before.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Okay, all of those are gonna hit. But it doesn't quite drop this guy. Okay, that's Silric's turn. Whoops, wrong thing. I wanted to reveal areas. Okay. From down this corridor,
You
an
hear
arrow.
metal grinding on metal. Aw.
No. But you see an arrow comes shooting down from here. So you see one of these skulks. Try to shoot at you. This is versus flat-footed, and so it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit Jace, but you only take 2 damage. You're not close enough for me to sneak attack damage on you, so you're kind of lucky there.
Oops. God damn. I had the paint tool selected because I was thinking about drawing a picture before I got attacked.
Gotcha. Okay,
I
so
was gonna
Abrellis,
draw a
your
sad face that I couldn't hit these guys, but now I can hit this guy.
Abrellis, your debilitating is -6 for things attacking you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's gonna try to attack you because you were the last thing that attacked it, and is confused.
And it
Does
missed.
a 6 hit? Yeah. Okay. Another arrow is gonna shoot.
Oh my god. What is this?
Okay, so 17. This is versus your flat-footed.
Flat-footed,
Also,
now 20.
it ignores your armor bonus unless it's from a force effect.
What? What?
If your armor is metal, which it is, it ignores metal-based armors.
What? Okay.
So does it
Yes,
hit?
Pluto. You hit my 13 AC. Oh no, flat-footed touch.
13.
You hit my
Basically, it's your
11
flat-footed touch.
AC.
Yeah.
I have a
I mean, if
dodge
you have,
bonus
like-
from haste, if that counts. If it doesn't, then I have 10.
No, dodge doesn't count versus is flat-footed.
I
Use-
have a
use-
10 AC against what you're doing to me.
Nice.
Okay, Mantis.
Perfect. Couldn't have planned it better. Well, I could have. It would have been better if they could have also done their
If it
sneak
is
attack, because then they
So I
could have.
take another 6 here.
Yeah. and then maybe more because
Wow!
enough.
What?
All right,
What?
5 more damage.
You're getting fucked.
What is happening? Please, like, how many rolled that initiative? Come on, like, between those numbers. Alright, this calls for...
26.
Wait, there's
You're
another one?
Yeah,
fine.
you take 2 more damage.
What? They all rolled the same initiative! What is this?
All right, it's your turn now.
Alright, this calls for the most specialist of special circumstance spells.
Specialist. Okay.
Is it Dimension Door?
No, although that does sound like me. But I can 5 foot step up to
You're like, I
hide.
Dimension Door back outside of Casimir's tower and start pounding on the door. Please, please, let me in. And then I'm like, you can't do that. You don't have dimensional agility. You can't pound on the door yet.
I am going to cast Black Tentacles!
Okay, that's pretty good.
So, since I don't see any closer than here, I'm going to put the 20-foot radius circle, like, starting back somewhere back here in the room.
Sure.
And
Sure.
there may
Okay,
be other ones in here it hits.
So, let's see.
Oh, wait, is this an area that they have to walk through? So maybe I should put it, like, in the hallway.
I mean, it creates an area. It's a 20-foot radius.
I haven't actually read the spell that
It
well.
creates difficult terrain as well. So, it might not be too bad an idea.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's put it up here. So I want it to hit 20 feet
And then
back,
You
but then
roll
also
a,
cover, like...
you
yeah.
roll a single combat maneuver check to try to grapple.
Okay, what's more important, me rolling that or drawing the shape?
Sorry, just point where you wanted it at again.
Oh, like
I'll draw it for you.
something like
Okay.
here, circle.
Gotcha. I will
Okay.
draw it for you. I'm just gonna
And
throw
then
down
I
like a
need
random.
to roll things.
I'm just gonna throw down like a random token and give it an aura.
Caster level as Bab, +4 from strength, +1 to size. So it's caster level +5. Sorry, I've never used this before. So my caster level check is just my level. So plus level +4 +1. 25. Hopefully that's enough because they're all like the same creature, basically.
25. Yeah, that's enough.
It's
They're all
not a
grappled.
great roll, but... oh, cool.
Go ahead and it does damage too, so.
That foe takes 1d6 +4 and gains the grappled condition. Blah, blah, blah. Each round, it succeeds grapple check. They take an additional 1d6 +4. Okay, so it's just a flat damage. Do you want me to roll this for each of them or one roll
No,
for
just
all
one.
of them?
One roll for all of them.
Okay.
Just one grapple check for all of them, one damage roll for all of them. Okay.
7
all take
damage
7
to all
damage.
of them.
Were you doing
And
this as
then
a spell combat?
No, I'm just casting the spell and then moving up here. Or 5 foot stepping up here. Which I probably could have done it as a spell combat, but I'll let the party deal with this. I CC them. I guess
Okay.
there's no like downside to doing it as a spell combat, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Like I may as well take the attack. Okay, I'll attacks. I'll attack.
Yeah, you don't get the free spell combat attack that you do from like Acid Splash,
Yeah, I
but you
have
still
to-
get your normal
Well, I have to
iteratives.
turn off stuff.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
the
care about
downside.
haste.
You
I
gotta do
have
work.
to turn off the extra ranged spell combat arrow, but I'm still doing mini shot and rapid shot and okay. Alright, so this is just going at whatever. Whichever one had the spooky ghosty one that seemed to pierce my armor. Was it this one?
They all had that.
Oh, they all had that? Okay. Whatever. I'll shoot at the bottom one there. That one. Rolled some good damage, but the nat one misses. The 30 and 31 probably hit though.
Yep, it's still up, but you hit him. Okay.
And then I 5-foot step up and say,
Yep.
guys, there's more of them and they're shooting me.
What does the skeleton do?
The skeleton will move this way. 5-foot
Give you some
step,
cover, yeah.
ready in action to attack anything that gets close.
Okay.
And I'm going to
I guess I restored it, and that's what screwed it up. You actually went before him, but doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. I'm gonna ward up Umbrellas again.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So Brellis gets a deflection bonus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll cackle to well, I don't need
It's
to
a
cackle
net
actually.
gain of 2.
Yeah, it's a gain of 2 for you, yeah. I just have to
Mm-hmm.
maintain it. I can only maintain it on one person at a time, is how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thanks for the tentacle CMD, actually. I was probably going to ask for that later.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can put some more stuff in this spell, but it's not really set up yet.
Okay, this guy tries to hit the guy that hit him, which is Silric, but he misses. Just barely. Karaya is going to try to finish him off. She hits. $11 damage. Just some other Ackley's, or no, I'll just do the other bastard sword attack. Okay. Big mistake. Okay, and then oops, that should be a little bit higher. I don't know because I did -5, -10. That should just be -10, but that'll hit then. So she hits all 3 attacks of their Ackley's then, and finishes this guy off. Okay, we're down to 1 skulk. But another enemy shows up. That
Another
point.
challenger has arrived. Uh-huh.
Oh, hello.
Squeezing out through this hallway, a giant double moves in.
Oh. Yeah. Is it red-haired?
Man, we
Yes,
just like alerted
actually.
everything in this dungeon to us, I guess.
So you see a gigantic 20-foot tall giant squeezing out of the hallway. Now it's no longer squeezing, it comes out in the room. That's all it can do. It had to double move down that hallway and double moving through while squeezing at that. But yeah, it's holding. You see her holding she's holding a spear, but for her it looks like it's not like a long spear or anything. It's just like a normal spear, but it's a normal spear for a 20-foot tall giant, so it's freaking massive. Like a ballista bolt. And that's her turn. Pilbo, do you maintain the Aura of Madness? For free
Sure.
action?
I know.
Okay, cool. I will roll a will save for the giant who's walked into range of it.
She's fucking huge.
Yeah.
She sure is. She makes a save, so she's not going to be confused.
All right. Did anyone knowledge her?
No, she
No.
just showed up. So knowledge local.
Okay. I don't have local, so.
Okay. You don't know anything about giants then. Let's see, I can get rid of this window actually. I still
I'm
have
gonna
the
test
clockwork
some
golem
stuff,
open.
so ignore what I'm doing.
How dare you?
All right. So,
And you do think she can
I'm going.
reach Abrellis at
I don't
least
care.
from her square. So what are you doing?
I do care. So if
Well,
I
you're out of her reach. You're just out of her reach, you think?
right, I'm out of her reach right now. If I do a touch spell, is that one of those things where I can cast it, move in, and attack her?
Yes, for free. As long as you can do it, the
Alright.
touch attack's still free the same turn you do it, as long as you do it on the turn you cast a spell. Otherwise, it's standard action, but yeah.
Alright. Actually, Visions of Madness is better. So I'm gonna go in and Visions of Madness her.
All
Okay.
right. That's
So
crazy.
she is
but
going to
we
take an
left
attack
before it.
opportunity on you as you move up.
Sure.
All
Fight me.
right. Okay, there's her attack. I think that misses actually.
No. Yeah, it misses.
Okay. So she takes that on you right here, so I don't think you can do anything with that really.
Hey, 14 probably hits her touch. I can't imagine she's that hard to miss.
Let's see. Yeah, 14 actually does hit her touch.
Oh, okay. +5 -5. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna put the pillow icon on her. I guess it's a little confusing because I was using it for confusion earlier, but okay, she's got Visions of Madness on her. Round 4. Brelis, you heal for 1. Your turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta somehow get, like, in there. But there's no flank at the moment. I'd also be banking on her not having combat reflexes.
You feeling lucky?
I'm not sure.
I mean, you could try to CMD or acrobatics, but her CMD is it's pretty good.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty good.
Most things that are the huge size, yeah, get some nice size bonuses to it.
I do call to Jason Rosalina to get their bums over here. We've got trouble.
We got trouble over here too, but I guess we have tentacles? Is that what's here? Do we have black? Wait, what is the
being
circle?
attacked by tentacles. The
No,
circle
no,
is
no.
black tentacles.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully those are dealing with those things, but yeah.
Let's see.
It looks like they are right now.
Okay. I'm gonna take a 5 step back and take out the wand of shield and cast shield on myself.
Okay.
All
Yep,
right.
you got shield for,
That's my turn.
was it 2 minutes? You have is it caster level 2?
No,
And,
it's just level 1.
caster level 1, okay. No, I'm thinking of a bond shield one. That's why, because that one's cast level 2. Silric. Hmm.
She got
What does
-5 to
Silric wanna
saves
do?
though. That's pretty good. We just need to get some
Yeah.
spells to hit her. Or debilitate her. She might just get
Silric.
confused.
Silric might just do a spring attack here. Oh, I should probably like reveal this hallway. Hallway finder. All right, so Silric is just going to. So question is, does Silric's so low on health right now though? Silric's just gonna spring attack in and out, I think, to just not risk dying
Yeah.
at the moment. So
Oh, you don't want to kill Swinky's character when she's not here? That'll teach her.
The planers used you as a meat shield while you were gone.
I was powerless to stop them.
They all ran away and just let you take all the damage.
All right, so that first attack misses, and that's the only way it gets because it's a spring attack. Okay, well, unfortunate. This guy is grappled. He's going to attempt to try to get out of the grapple. You said the CMD for this was 24?
It's in the rolls I've been
26.
doing.
It's 26.
Yay. You can see how my macro is improving over time.
Yeah, seen the iterations. Yeah, he doesn't have escape
think I got
artist.
it
He's just
now.
gonna try. He's just gonna try to do a CMB check. Nope, does not get out. So he's just stuck in the tentacles. This guy is confused. Nobody attacked him.
Yeah, this is really jank. I actually put the attack CMB roll in the damage field because it's the only place I could put it
Oh,
easily. I don't think I can. Oh, maybe I could actually put it in the description. But anyways, I like the way that looks now.
he babbles incoherently. "12 does not get out of the grapple. 13 does not get out of the grapple. 25 does not get out of the grapple.
Yay! I'll teach them.
Jace.
Okay, so do they make more CMB checks to do more damage on their turn now?
So you make a CMB check with a +5 bonus to maintain the grapple. And if you're successful, then it maintains the grapple and they take the damage.
So I can literally just roll this thing again and add 5. So only a 23.
23 meets. So they all take 5 damage and they continue being grappled.
Hey! Okay, and then there's like a big problem going
So
on down
yeah,
here.
it looks like you actually, with your black tentacles, have enough bonus that once they're maintaining the grapple, they only lose it if they roll 1. So.
But I rolled 2
and
there,
these
I did
guys-
roll a 2. Oh,
and
man.
these guys only get out if they roll a 19, so they're kind of boned.
I mean, that's good. We have bigger problems to deal with.
Yeah, and this only lasts for 11 rounds, so I mean, if you don't do something else eventually, it's not a death sentence necessarily.
Yeah, what do I do about this guy down here? I mean, I guess I just attack him from where I'm at.
You have literal bigger problems.
Exactly, that's what I was going for there.
We just gotta debilitate it, because Pilbo's got the -5 saves of death on it.
Let's see. Close range is 5 foot per 2 level. We're level 11, so that adds 25 feet. So my close range is 50 feet, and it's 55 away, of course. God damn it. And if I 5-foot
It's a
step
rough
up, I'm
life.
going to start getting attacked. I guess they might not attack me with their bows.
They're grappled, so they can't attack you with their bows.
But if they get out, it takes a standard action. So yeah, okay, I guess I can do it. I'll 5-foot step up behind Mr. Skellebones here
Mhm.
and shoot through Umbrella's cover at the giant, which maybe doesn't provide cover if the ceiling's tall enough and I can just aim up. And let's see, so that puts me within close range spell. I'm going to use a more powerful spell on this. I'm going to use... do I know if it's immune to fire? Did
You don't
anyone
know.
identify this
Nobody's
thing?
rolled. Nobody's rolled the
What's the
knowledge roll for this thing.
knowledge? Okay. I roll it, but my sheet is so slow. I'm trying. There it goes. I also have a lot of stuff on my sheet too. Do I
23.
know about this thing?
Just a little bit. You know that these are what are called a taiga giant.
So fire's probably good against them then.
They're very yeah, they
Taiga's like
can do
snowy.
they can do like a ritual called a spirit summoning that gives them some like special powers. Including like immunity to illusion and enchantments. But otherwise they don't really have any like I mean they're really strong like most giants otherwise, and they're giants. Like they're even big for giants, so
Oh, okay.
but otherwise they don't have like any special immunity, like they don't have any DR or anything like that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna full round it with the Scorching Ray. And Haste Boot, click, click. So it's, I think, 3 uses of Haste Boots down and 2 potential crits there. Hopefully he's tall enough and big enough that he's not getting cover, but who knows?
So let's see. Now she's not getting cover right now.
God, the sheet is so much work to maintain.
So
Oh, I
no
didn't
crit
haste last
confirm
round.
though. No crit
What?
confirm with a 21.
Aw, man.
That does hit.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as the third one missed. I don't know if I have a third ray yet or not. Every 4 levels beyond the third. Yeah, so the third one does actually have a ray on it, but I think that misses. Does the
So let's see.
24
So
hit?
extra spell combat, the second attack there, the 24 does not hit.
Okay, so I only get 1 ray of
And
Scorching
the
Ray
20
damage.
misses as well. 33 does hit though.
Okay. So this is going to be a 46. Oh, I have point blank on. Subtract 1 from everything. Sorry. Does that change anything if we subtract 1 from attack and damage?
No, not
I think
really.
he gains 2 health back, and then he takes 13 from
3 health,
the
I
1
think,
ray.
because you have the many. I think you have your
Oh,
point
the mini
blank
shot.
thrown into many
Yeah,
shot.
you're right. 3 health.
Okay, you do some damage to her. She's still standing.
Yeah. When things have decent AC, that's when my
Skeleton.
build is less good. Otherwise, I can one-shot weak AC things.
Skeleton will stay there. I see that there's a big giant over there. I am going to hex it with retribution because it is within 60 feet, I'm sure. Seems like... Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. So we'll save for the giant.
We'll save.
Yeah.
Okay. $19.
Ooh, fails. Okay, so it's gonna take half the melee damage it deals for 6 rounds, unless I cackle and extend.
Okay. All right, Karaya. Let's see. What does Karaya want to do? Hmm. Does she have acrobatics? No. She can actually attempt to try to trip him from that range because of the Ackless. It has like you can do range trips with it, and it has a enchantment on it that lets her trip things that are 2 size categories bigger than her, even though normally you can't. Um, so I think she's
Nice.
gonna attempt to do a trip on this thing.
Oh, was she meant to
It's
fight
very
giants?
unlikely to work. No, she's not meant to fight giants, but
Oh.
she's gonna attempt it though. Um, 30 is a pretty decent roll, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Ooh, no, it's not. Never mind. For a second, I thought it was, but then I was like looking at the wrong number. Okay, so she fails to trip. She's gonna 5-foot step, like a little bit closer though, and that's her turn. She doesn't want to risk provoking. The giant. Um, she is gonna go after Pilbow. She doesn't know what you just did to her, but she doesn't like it. And she knows you're a spellcaster, so.
Well, it's aura time.
Okay, so 14
Bitch.
misses. Yeah, she's got the debuffs on her, so 15. Oh, there's a potential auto hit.
Hey.
Oh, it is an auto hit. You don't have mirror image, right? Not gonna back it up. So.
Ah, the
No, it
classic.
would have been long enough.
20
Okay, well
then 1.
she's gonna get some good damage in here then.
Yeah, she's gonna do some good damage to herself too.
How many 20s has Pluto rolled tonight?
So 30 damage to Pilbow, and she takes 15.
Yep.
Alright, well, whatever. Fuck her.
She did miss attack. You could use that immediate action ability if you wanted. I don't know if you would, but
Yeah, I am going to use it.
okay.
Boom.
I think you're right here, but yeah, because you
Right
only got
there,
10
sure.
feet. But yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. That's her turn. Now it's your turn.
So
I
I'm
guess I'll reveal
inside
more of this map
this
over here.
area now, and
Yep, potentially you could set up a flank for Bros
um
if she wants to be brave.
I think this is I think this stack. Bestow curse stacks, right?
With Visions of Madness? Yes, it does.
Yeah, it sure will.
Yeah, I'm bestow cursing her.
Okay, so you're
Yeah, it'll
gonna
stack.
cast defensively?
No.
No.
Cool. He's like,
You're
hit
just
me.
gonna hope that it misses.
Yep.
Looks like it.
Well, she did, so your gamble pays off. Okay. And it's a touch attack, I believe, for bestow curse.
Yeah. Plus 10?
Yes.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
misses.
Touch. Aw.
Fuck.
Good news is that you still have the
You
charge.
still
don't
have
lose
the
the
thing.
charge, yeah.
Yeah, if she
Yeah.
provokes somehow, or if you use a standard action next round, you can still apply it to her.
I mean, if she gets tripped, if what's her face has the feet, it would provoke.
Yeah, but she's a dual wielder with 2 exotic weapons. Do you know how many feet she has
Okay.
available?
She probably has 2
40.
feet.
Yeah, that's the 2 feet that she's walking on. That's the only one she
No,
has.
that means she
Those
has
are the
4.
only feet she has available.
If she has 2
Yeah.
feet, she has 4, right?
No, just those 2 feet. Just the one she walks on. She's out of every other feet.
It's going over Ron said. How dumb my joke was.
No, you said feet.
Oh yeah, she's got 1 set of feet. Those are her feats. All right. Round 5. Arelis heal for 1, and
Yep. I gotta get in there. Gotta
Do you, though?
acrobatics in there. I do. Pilba's in the flank.
do you got spring attack? It'd be really good right now.
No,
No, I
he
don't.
doesn't. That's
All I
2
have is
feet
acrobatics.
intensive.
You don't get it as a free bonus feat like Silver got. You have to take all the
Yeah.
prereqs too.
Prereq.
But what you could do is
Well,
you could use
It's like 2
you
or
could use
3
the advanced
prereq
rogue
feats.
talent to get a vigilante talent, and then use the vigilante talent to pick up fantastic stride, which is a really
Oh my
fantastic
god.
ability.
So I'm gonna peerless maneuver and roll acrobatics twice and take the better result.
All right, let's see the better result. 32 is a better result, but you are still going to get attack opportunity against you.
Okay.
Oof.
That actually
27?
misses.
All right. Well, that's good.
That
'Cause-
ward is making the difference. I'm at 28
Yeah.
AC. Which
'cause,
means I
yeah,
get to
that would have
keep it.
been. All right.
And I'm going to attack with flank with my punching dagger.
Sounds good.
Now I just need to get her to minus AC so we can hit her consistently.
Well, if you hit it with a debilitating strike, you can at least make it easier for everyone else.
Hopefully. My hits haven't been very good today.
Yeah. That's including flanking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that misses then.
Yeah, we need some minus AC here. That's my turn.
Okay. Silric is going to spring attack into a flank. And then spring attack out. Hey, there we go. 30 hits.
Maybe a stunning
So
Yeah, this is
fist.
like the perfect circumstance for like, here's where
sure,
spring
we'll say it's a
attack
stunning
is really
fist.
good.
This thing she does have a penalty to her fortitude saves, so
Yeah.
okay. There's a chance.
-5 is
Oh.
just
Oh,
incredible.
baby!
No
Oh.
stunning fist. Makes a save.
Oh, I thought that was her stunning fist check or something. Okay, no, that's the save.
No. Stunning fist just applies to the attack. Okay.
Pluto, how many 20s? Come on.
Oh yeah, there's still this confused guy down here too. I think actually, but did Pilbo keep the Aura Madness going?
Yeah, I'm keeping it.
Okay. Just for that one
I'm
guy.
trying to get her
yeah.
confused.
Well, I think she's fine from it now, right?
Oh,
It's just,
okay.
I believe once they make the save, the aura madness, like, they can't be affected by it. I could be wrong on that. Should I be making more saves for her?
On the info, it just says they're immune for 24 hours if they make the save. The confusion
Okay,
effect
yeah.
ends immediately when they leave the area.
You can
Yeah,
only
So
affect them
that's the
once a
important part.
day.
She made the save, so she's immune to it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this guy he failed it. So as long as he stays in the area, he's confused now. Or until the aura runs out, because I know you only have 11 rounds of it.
Mhm.
All right, so these guys are going to attempt to try to get out. They only get out if they roll 19s. So that's an 18. This guy's the one that's confused. 73 is damages himself, I believe. So he does some damage to him. Whoops, wrong roll. It's supposed to be a d20. Hey, this guy got out. He's gonna hobble his way out of the black tentacles. After he makes his, yeah, he can't quite get that far, but so he disappears around the corner, presumably getting out of the black tentacles.
Yeah, spell is still doing its job though.
Yep. This guy does not get out, and this guy does not get out. All right, Jace, go ahead and roll that black tentacles again.
Yep.
See if it
Fourth
rolls
level
a 1.
spell. I clicked, waiting. There it goes. Not a
Did
1,
not roll a 1.
but minimum damage.
Okay. Skeleton and Rosalina.
Wait, do I get my normal turn?
Oh, sorry, you get your normal turn. Yeah, I'm dumb.
Sorry, I was like thinking, and then you're like, okay, moving on. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I'm still kind of stuck back here, so I'm just gonna shoot the giant, and I'll just acid splash. I think it's fine. We will click the boots of haste. I think now that's 3 uses used because the round where I did the black tentacles, I didn't use haste that round.
Oh yeah, and this door down here is another one of those doomsday locks, by the way.
Perfect.
Oh, has it been hitting
Oh, I
melee?
should turn off point blank, shouldn't I?
I wasn't paying attention during its turn. Did it hit?
It hit 1 attack melee and did take damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
It dealt 30
I
damage
turned
to
off point
Pilbow and
blank,
took
so
15.
it should be fine now.
Okay.
That's some interesting colors. It's Christmas.
So let's see. That 23 misses, 20 misses, 35
Oof.
hits, 33 hits. So you do some damage. But
And
she's
then I'm
still up.
gonna 5-foot step. What are the odds that other one shoots me? It's fine if it does. I'll 5-foot step here.
Okay.
After attacking.
All right. Now it's actually Rosalina's turn. And a skeleton.
This is time for me to try to, actually, I'm going to Fortune Umbrellas, but I'm not sure if I'm close enough. What is Fortune's range? 30 feet?
Oh, I would like that. I mean, if you can't fortune me, you can evil eye the big thing.
I don't have evil eye.
And say,
I'm
I
not
know we're
evil!
kinda
Oh,
getting
you
into
don't?
this
Okay.
combat, right?
I'm not an
Could
evil
miss
rat!
Fortune.
Am I close enough?
I just
Okay,
summoned
Miss
evil
Fortune, yeah.
skeleton.
I'll take
Good
fortune
misfortune,
though. Fortune's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna put fortune on her bill list. Well, misfortune requires a save, so like I have a chance of it
That's true.
failing.
She
Yep.
does have low
That's why you
saves right
need
now though.
evil
She's at
eye.
-5.
'Cause it works even if they save.
Oh, if they're
Well, we
at
have Pilbow for
lower.
that.
Yeah, if the saves are lower, then I'll just misfortune it. So DC 21. We'll see.
I mean,
She
Pluto's
fails.
gonna. Oh wow! I
Woo!
say you're gonna roll a 20, but
Okay, so 2 rounds. I'm gonna cackle, so 3 rounds.
Okay.
Wait, I can't cackle. I moved, so only 2 rounds.
Karaya then. Oh, you gonna move the skeleton anywhere? Come with you,
Yeah,
maybe?
skeleton comes with me. He abandons
Okay.
Jace.
Karaya's going to. I think Jace is okay with that because Jace probably wants
that's
to
fine.
move
I
into
just
that
didn't want to
square.
be blocked by, which now you're blocking my line of sight, but whatever. It might not matter.
Karaya's gonna do some attacks on this thing. She doesn't get the flank. I guess, yeah, she's not really. There's no way she can get the flank either. So she's just gonna do. Let's turn that off. Okay, she's just gonna do some attacks. She's gonna start with a trip attempt actually, using her offhand. Doesn't do it though. Then she's gonna do a regular attack. 24 misses. 11 misses. 12 misses. 16 misses. 6 misses. She just misses everything.
Ooh.
She was fairly close with one of those attacks, but yeah. A trip would have been pretty huge if she'd managed, but she kind of needs to roll a 20, I think, to trip, even with all the bonuses and stuff that she has. This thing's CMD is just too high. Okay,
She's unlucky.
she is unlucky. So she sees Pilbo trying to put a spell on her. She doesn't know what it is. She doesn't like it though. She's gonna attempt to track Pilbo. Is it 2d20 R1 to drop
2.
1?
Oh, not RH. Was it H?
H?
Like,
Was
I think
it?
it's H1 to drop the highest and D1 to drop the
No,
lowest.
that didn't do it. 20 H1 did not do it. But I'll just roll it twice and oh, it's K. No, that's not it.
No, I'm testing.
That didn't do it either. Okay, well, whatever. She misses. It's just D1. Oh, it is. No, that takes
No,
the
it's to
highest one.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, well, I'll just roll it twice. It's not a big deal. I know there was a fancy code that I can do because we figured it out one time and I don't remember. Okay, she's gonna continue her iterative attacks. 21 for both of those, but I think that still misses Pilbo, right?
Yep.
And then, no. I guess it's K.
No,
Okay.
K keeps the highest still. Oh no, is that what we want?
Wait, no, I want to drop.
D and
Yeah,
K do the same. I don't
D and K
know.
apparently
I
do the
don't
same.
remember. Maybe they broke it.
That's possible.
I
Alright, so
thought
she
it was
misses
H1.
all of her attacks.
Yep,
Pilbo,
misfortune and
you want to try to deliver that? You have a flank now for delivering the.
and she has to roll twice and take the worst result too on the save.
No, isn't
That's
like
also true.
DH1 or something weird like that? It's
Oh, that might be it.
DH1.
It is DH. Okay. I'll probably forget next time, but maybe not though. Misfortune goes out a lot, so probably eventually I'll remember it. All right, so Pilbo, would you like to deliver your curse? Or are you gonna do something else?
Yeah, you have to give me a second. I opened a fucking game and it's so loud I can't hear anything. I'm trying to quit it.
I hate when I do that. Like, I have a couple games up on my like taskbar, so it's like I'm
And
switching
it's not
tabs.
giving me the option to exit. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Back. All right, exit. There we go. All right, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I hate when that happens. I have it sometimes on accident. I'll like open League of Legends or something because it's on my taskbar and I'm trying to switch tabs up there. I'll accidentally click it occasionally. All right, so you delivering your
24.
curse. Yep. 24 will hit. She gets a fortitude save. She has to take the lowest save.
It does.
2d20.
Um,
What?
I was just checking. Is it for
Bestow
all? Yeah, it's
curse is
for all
will
the rolls.
save.
Yeah, it's will save. Yeah, Misfortune is
Yeah,
for all their
anytime.
saves.
Yeah,
It's
Misfortune's so much
ruthless.
better. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Okay,
Well, see, because it allows the save.
that's
Mhm.
true.
All right, so
But-
she.
We happen to have really good
Oh.
debuffers.
Oh, it didn't
Yay.
quite work. It's supposed to be plus 10,
Minus
but
10?
still, yeah,
Okay.
18. 18 is what she actually gets. Is that, does that
Okay,
make?
that misses.
Okay, so she has a curse on her
So
too then.
yeah, minus
Which
4
curse you
attack
putting?
saves, ability checks, skill checks.
The -4.
Okay.
Okay.
Minus
Yep.
4 to a bunch of stuff.
And she has Vision's
I think she
Advantage
has
for
vision.
one more turn,
Yes,
I
one more
believe.
turn.
Yeah.
It lasts for 3
So
turns.
she's got like
so-
-9 basically, and disadvantage for like one more round.
Yeah, she's very
whatever you
weak right
want.
now.
Oh, I
You
should
guys-
use suggestion.
Oh, okay.
As a spell-like ability, you could.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Sorry.
suggest?
It's your turn. What do you want to suggest to her? I mean, you could try it.
I'm gonna suggest that she's beat, so she should lay down her arms and drop all of her weapons.
Okay. So she gets a fortitude or a will save versus that.
Yeah, this is DC 18. Will.
Okay, so this one actually might as well be -10. It's not quite. She's a +1 on this. 16.
Yep, that's a less than 18.
So she drops her weapon. Surrenders as your suggestion.
Alright, that's my turn. That was a standard. I speak to her as a free action, and I tell her to, give up.
Okay. Silric sees that the giant looks to have given up, so Silric's gonna flying kick and try to take out the skulk.
He's gonna flying kick her face.
Yeah,
I
punch
see you
them while they're down.
surrendered. Whack!
That's what I think of that. Okay, so let's see. Silric. That is enough to take this guy down. He is at 31 hit points. Takes 33. So that's Silric's turn. This guy's gonna try to roll on a d20. He's gonna try to roll 19 or an 8 or a 19 or a 20. Doesn't do it. You guys see like a skulk kind of show up down this hallway, and then you see him turn around.
Oh, okay. Well, bye.
He sees that, decides he wants none of that. Hey, this guy gets out. And then the last one that's in it is not out. Okay. So Jace, gonna start with doing black tentacles for us.
Sure. Boop. Click. I say click so you know how long I'm waiting for Roll20 to recognize the click.
Oh,
That's fair.
he's actually saying it early because he's like, God, I'm taking too long.
No, the time
The
between that
pressure.
and me waiting for my tab to swap on my sheet. I'm actually planning on writing
Oh
a
yeah, no,
custom character sheet
I hate roll
in
20.
like a
I
few
stopped.
months.
I stopped using it.
So we'll see how that goes. I might start using that.
And
I
then just
do good.
typing the rolls in.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can integrate it with Roll20, like upload it to
Oh.
them and
Well, you can
do
write
that,
like stuff for the thing.
Okay.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I don't know anything about it yet, but I'm gonna look into that, doing that.
Well, it's
Anyways.
your actual turn still, so
Oh yeah, so they take some damage,
The
and then I'm just
giant-
gonna fall around these
Fall around
skulk
them.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Start with the close one. Are they within short range? Yeah, not point blank. Okay. Start with the closest one. If it dies, we'll go to the next one. Acid splash, and sure, we'll use a third or fourth round of haste boots.
okay. All of those hit, especially because they're grappled. So let's see. First one, I think you're gonna at least take out one of them here.
There's a acid on the first arrow.
Okay, and then one of the arrows hits the last one, the one in the back.
Cool.
Okay. Skeleton and Rosalina.
Okie dokie. So I will cackle to keep the misfortune as 2 rounds.
Yep.
And then
Never escape the misfortune.
They don't seem to be casting or saying anything, are they? Are they casting?
She, yeah, she hasn't cast anything,
Okay.
but yeah, and she just dropped her weapon and she did actually say like I surrender
Oh,
in
okay.
common. So she did say something.
Then I will. Delay. The skeleton already in action to attack anything that gets close to me.
Karaya's not going to continue attacking. I'm just gonna, like, Jace, you're gonna shoot the skulk over here the next turn, right? Unless he gets away. Let's just
Unless
roll
he
a
gets out,
d20.
yeah.
I'm pretty
He
sure the
doesn't.
dude's dead.
So I'm just gonna say he dies, and we're gonna go out of combat. Because you have the
Yeah, I'm good with
giant.
that. We're way
The
over
giant's,
it's
yeah, the
pretty late.
giant is surrendered, and the effect of the suggestion, like, she's gonna stay surrendered basically for quite a while. Suggestion lasts like days or something, right? Potentially or hours, I think actually.
Well, no, it's just I mean, it ends
Until
once she carries
they
out the
carries
specified
out.
instruction, which was to drop her weapons. So she's not under any kind of compulsion anymore. But if she genuinely feels like, oh shit, like yeah, I can't fight anymore, then that's her thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's surrendered. Like she's not gonna take it back. So
All right.
you have a taiga giant at your mercy.
Yeah.
Which I think this is kind of where we're gonna leave it here. We're a bit over time.
Yeah.
So next session though, you guys can.
Oh, we probably should have killed it so we could have gotten a tiger giant skeleton.
I was gonna vampiric
saying.
touch it.
I mean, we still can.
I mean, Jay Selena is happy that there's no giant skeleton, but me, the
We
the
might be able to get some
player, is
information out
like,
of her.
you know, hey, it would be cool to have a giant ass skeleton.
And you're the one who wants
speaks
to
one of
kill
our
my
16
skeletons
languages
all
we
the
have.
time.
I'm talking player versus character. My character does not like it. Me, the player, likes it.
Yeah.
I think we should ask her questions. She might give us some useful information on this other like prick that's here.
Yeah, Arden Thanatos.
Yeah. Maybe we can convince her to, I don't know, like, betray him or something for us.
Maybe. But yeah, we'll find that out next time. Let me tally up some XP for you guys. I think the main chunk of XP you guys are gonna get is from the clockwork golem.
Oh, really? Not the giant?
The giant's worth a pretty good amount too, actually.
But the golem.
You know what? The giant is worth more than the golem. I guess
Oh,
the
really?
golem.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Since
golem.
it
Well, the
was
golem has its
hurt.
CR lowered because it was damaged. The damage effectively gave it a 50% chance each round to function as if it were confused. So that's why I just rolled a D200. So if it rolled high, if it rolled above 100, it was good, and if it rolled the act normally with the low roll, it was also good. And then, but otherwise, it would, be confused. But I also get like a -5 on damage rolls. Even with that, it still did a ton of damage. But
I mean, when we ball around the thing that I say has a death throw.
yeah,
You
and
know.
then it had a -2 penalty on attack rolls as well and saving throws. Not that you guys can really force saving throws on it very easily because it's immune to like everything, but I mean, it would have thrown it into a pit would have been really strong, I guess.
Oh yeah, but we don't have pits here.
Yeah, we don't have a wizard.
We don't need a
'Cause you used to have
wizard for it.
Because you used to have an arcanist. All right, and then the taiga giant, who you guys will probably learn the name of. You guys ask.
We do need to get out of all this dungeoneering stuff at some point. I have a lot of money. I want to craft stuff.
At some point, sure.
I mean, if you want to get out of dungeons, you came to the wrong AP.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
not like permanently. Just I want a little bit of time off to craft.
Not really
before
the
the
AP
next
to
dungeon.
craft, but
That's
yeah.
fair. That's fair. Yeah, you'll get some downtime. So everybody gets 15,200 experience after it's divided out.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take experience.
Oh, we're getting
guys
to
have-
that point where it's like, oh, you need like 300,000 to level kind of thing.
Yeah, we need a bunch.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys actually
That's the
fought
number
pretty
I
much
have.
everything on this level. I prepared 2 levels and part of the third one because there's a third level, but
The combat for here took so long.
yeah.
Well, we
Yeah,
also
there's
brought an
just so
extra
many
NPC with
things.
us.
So many people on the tracker.
Yeah, this was also one of those things where like a couple of the combats got rolled together. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we really did like 3 or 4 combats. That was a lot of stuff.
So.
But yeah, I like the black tentacles. I think maybe Pluto suggested that one.
I
Black
did.
tentacles are awesome, man. Like no matter what game
But we
it
had
is,
that
like
in
they'll
another
always be
game,
good.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
huh, this is a cool spell. I've never used it before.
It's
Well,
just why it's a staple spell.
it's one of those things where it's like a lot of people get hyper focused when they're playing Magus on just like doing the damage, but like being able to just throw down a really powerful utility spell like that or a crowd control spell like that and then still
Yeah,
just
I mean
do your
that
normal thing.
dealt with 4 of them
Really
in
good.
one turn rather than only dealing with 1 of them in that turn.
Yeah. So that's actually like
Well, it was really 4 of them for like the rest of the combat.
I mean, I was like my strange Aeon characters 100% played him incorrectly according to most of the Magus guys out there, but he's a really strong character though.
Yep. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep, good night.
Yep, sounds good.
Huh, I guess that's